fans proved themselves both basic, didn't really have that stellar performance with U-level. Way is to win.
He make a difference. That is the question that's gonna, you know,
Season 6 do have two brackets, bracket A and bracket B.
yeah.
So itong dalawang to is on the bracket B, which is the second and the third from the MPL Season 5. So sabi niya, according to Lasty, the bracket B was the sa nakikita niya, and twice pa silang maghaharap for Onyx. And so he's actually confident enough na makaharap to with a 2-0 win.
Well, that is good actually to hear na yung kalaban, yung mga teams na meron ring pagkakakilanlan sa isa't isa at hindi lang naman tayong casters yung sumusubok kumilala sa mga players natin. Pero mas maganda dito, we'll have a deeper view and understanding pa ng mga teams natin as we move on to our solo analyst, Wolf, to explain us the better details of itong laban between Onyx and Bren Esports.
Thank you so much, Shinbu and Rob. This is gonna be interesting because Onyx PH, the last time they met against Bren Esports sa isang laglagan portion, it was one of the longest games that we will get to see at isa sa mga pinaka-competitive na bakakan between two teams. Onyx PH versus Bren Esports na isusulat na Battle of Generations. And probably we can explain later kung bakit ba tinawag na Battle of Generations. But what we have to look at now is mga stats of their previous season's performance with 28 games played overall only para sa Bren Esports, 36 for Onyx PH. You can see that tested na rin talaga ang Onyx PH from the last season. But what I want you to look at now is the priority of Onyx PH with their objectives as compared to Bren Esports, which is weird because we know Bren Esports and as an established team na gusto din talaga mag-focus sa mga strategies revolving around objectives. But Onyx PH is beating them to the punch. And honestly, if you watch Onyx PH, kaya sila tinawag na second generation ng laro ng Mobile Legends because when they introduced their playstyle nung MPL Season 4, sa pagpasok nila, pinakitaan nila tayo ng kakaibang take into the game which is also based on taking objectives. And this is one thing that maybe we can look at when we see Onyx PH go up against Bren Esports. Paano naman natin makita kung paano nila i-maximize whatever they can get from the map, be it from the minions, from the turrets, from the turtles, and use it against each other. However, I think interesting na pwede nating tignan from both teams. Later, we will see the featured players and we can see a little bit of changes or differences when it comes to their individual playstyles. But as a team, halos magkapares na rin. Nevertheless, our star matchup head-to-head stats with a Season 5 win rate, which is 75% instead of Bren Esports. For Onyx PH is 71.43, given na mas marami nga silang games na laro. But one thing you have to take note about Onyx PH, they won more series compared to Bren Esports in the playoffs. So that I think that is important. And interestingly, support for Onyx PH. However, syempre, Bren Esports, this is a team with a lot of champions in there, not only here in the Philippines, but also na prove na nila outside of the Philippines that they are worthy of being champions or head-to-head. This is sinasabi kong interesting between both teams. Carteezy and Wise, yung kanilang KDA rate is heavily favored with Carteezy, 7.18. In fact, if you look at the overall stats, Carteezy has one of the highest KDA rates sa buong liga natin by a large margin. 7.18 compared to 5.38. It's actually a lot. However, average net worth of Wise is better than Carteezy. You have to wonder why. And the answer is simple. Wise mas nagpo-focus siya sa work around his team, get the objectives, get the farm, not into taking the team fights. It's more about him securing the win for the team. At yun yung idea ng Onyx PH, use Wise to win with games. Like, for example, Kimi, di ba? Nung Season 5. Carteezy, on the other end, nasa killing tayo for Carteezy, outplaying the opponents. And you know that Carteezy has been one of the child prodigies here in the Philippines na sinasabi natin sa mga pinakamagaling individual skills lang. Kung individual skills lang ang basehan. Of course.
And if everyone works in a good way, you won't really be getting the kills because there's a Uranus from Dilar getting the kills. You have Yakno the Cho. So they have a lot on their arsenal.
It is Venus versus Rebo. Almost the same with KDA. napakalapit. However, unique heroes played. Oh my Venus, 13 compared to 9. That's you can see talaga na si Oh my Venus, a lot of heroes getting played, and in fact mula season 4 no kanilang debut, si Oh my Venus din ang isa sa mga players na alam natin nag-introduce ng mga bagong approach sa meta, quote unquote yung healing galing strategies mula kay Oh my Venus, kanyang Estes, kanyang mga Rafaela, and over season 5 we saw him play a variety of heroes, including tanks then, with Hylos sometimes, and sometimes mages like Sicilian. And we can see more from Momay Venus for sure. One thing that really separates both these teams, however, sa napapansin ko, is Rebo really has a way of rallying his team as a leader of Bren Esports, and that's also true with Oh My Venus. Pero the thing with Rebo is minsan willing siya na maging core na player for the team, minsan flexible ang role ni Rebo. And for I would say the past 5 seasons of MPL, we know that this is the playstyle of Rebo, flex role talaga, while Oh My Venus, you will look at him as the queen, diba? The queen of Onyx PH, and I think that it's gonna be interesting kasi hindi na yata mapapalitan si Oh My Venus ngayon, since ang 6-man ng Onyx PH is Basic, which is a core player. So we'll get to see more of Oh My Venus for sure in this season. Nevertheless, Battle of Generations, mga kaibigan, old school boys versus the new school of Mobile Legends. That's gonna be exciting to see. I've really talked a lot about these two teams, but I'm sure that Shinbu and Rob Luna will have, and all the casters, by the way, will have more to say about this. Casters, back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Wolf. Those are very beautiful insights then between the clash, and comparative analysis of these two teams that we have here. Now, I just want to emphasize on the idea of Venus na talagang hindi na siya mapapalitan. And my curiosity comes on what card will be laid out dito, Rob, ng Onyx Esports. Kasi ang kinumpara natin mas of Wise, no? Against Carl Z. And without doubt kasi, Carl Z has been a very deadly player to describe from the side of Bren. And now, my question is, kung anong gagamitin? Si Wise ba or si Basic? Because Basic's been known to be aggressive as well, di ba?
Oh, totoo yun. Pero siguro my best bet for this is that Basic will be the one to play, since our meta medyo nagro-rotate siya into assassins on the mid.
I actually think na parang mas fitting kay Basic ngayon yung running meta no?
Yes, definitely. Like yung Roger, Lancelot is actually well known for those heroes. Even Ling as well. In contrast naman kay Wise kasi, mas I find Wise in terms of sa hero, yes, he actually can use assassins as well, pero mas nagpo-flourish si Wise. It was actually using like Harriet, yung mga mage na core, or even yung mga marksman, which is known din natin siya on using such as ng mga carry. So I guess in this meta, probably Basic, and we could be able to see it, but actually I'm wrong, it's Wise there on our screen.
Okay. So we got Wise playing for now, no? Nasa bench muna si Basic. That's where my curiosity lies. And I got answered quickly nang umangat na itong ating draft, mga kaibigan. And there we go, the first look of the draft for the regular season of MPLPH Season 6. Eto na po yun. Mainit na. Simulan na natin, of course, the core breakdown on how these teams approach each other. I love the first man of Bren Esports dito. Atlas is what I rank to be the number 1 tank right now of the running meta. And I do believe napaka-potent pa rin naman talaga ng Selena as a support. YSS as well. Grabe yung pagban talaga nila dito. Talagang they're really eyeing like S plus tier heroes para alisin. But that leaves, of course, still, dahil hindi pa tayo nasa 5-man format, that leaves a lot of things open pa rin for our game. And after the ban on the YSS and Kufra, nakalusot pa rin yung Yuzong. But I want to leave this to you, Rob, no? Knowing these two teams, what do you think is gonna be the main approach siguro ng bawat comp nila? Just knowing their tendencies, maybe your best guess for it.
If I will be looking towards on Onyx PH, they tend to be on a better fighter position. Kasi kumbaga, yung meta natin ngayon, it's all about fighters Like yung mga Hilda, talagang nagsashine talaga yung mga ganitong hero. Kumbaga, pwede mo siyang lagay sa sub, pwede siyang tank, pwede rin siyang like the roaming na umiikot talaga. Tapos parang nanggugulo lang, nang bubuli, nang nanakaw ng mga purple buff or an orange buff. Ganun siya ka. And surprisingly, I really would like to see how this Khalid to pan out in a professional scene. And yes, mukhang pinili na rin Onyx PH.
Totoo, actually, Rob, tama yung sinabi mo talaga regarding the fighters, no? Ngayon din, fighter position ang pinakamarami sa pool, no? In terms of viability. Like, if you are accounting for S tier or even A tier until the S plus tier, there's a good amount of fighters here. May nadagdag pang isa, no? Actually, side laners, I'm speaking of side laners here in the form of the Khalid. You were watching earlier a different league, no? Regarding the Khalid, what are your thoughts regarding this hero?
Sobrang unorthodox niya eh. Alam mo yung, guys, able to dish out so much damage, tapos at the same time, pwede din siyang, yung skill niya kasi, I forgot, was actually the second skill is actually gonna be healing. So, there's a part of you, pag hindi mo siya na-cancel, actually pwedeng masira yung buong formation nyo if you're gonna be targeting the Khalid. So, if you will be going against a Khalid, make sure you can be able to burst him down, or else, lahat ng skills nyo masasayang, so it's gonna heal it up, and the rest is gonna be history for your team fight. But like what we've said, ito rin, isa to, going here naman sa Bren Esport pairing shit, Farsa is one of the support mages na sobrang ano din talaga in this current meta. Not only the damage itself, kumbaga ginagamit siya parang pang long, pang end game din as well. Kumbaga pwede kang mag-pick ng mga late game heroes just by having a Farsa because you can be able to defend by defender airstrike alone.
Yeah, Farsa has been really stable as support. Although na-outshine talaga siya ng mga support na parang mas hyper sa early yung impact. Although you can be hyper as well with Farsa, but there's an obvious weakness on the Farsa, especially with the introduction of the Lancelot, Elker, and the assassins that we have right now, no, na nag-has taken rise on the main funnel position. Ang interesting part is they did prioritize the Farsa over the Valier, no, over the PNK. And probably this is a consequence of, you know, bawasan natin yung utility natin. And siguro ang inisip ng Bren Esports dito, let's add more damage just because we get the Khalid in. The thing about Khalid is, this guy has a lot of engage though, di ba? Still has a lot of engage, lalo na yung surfboard niya. And maybe, hindi lang yung engage yung strength ng Khalid, he has a lot of capacity to actually rotate sa mapa, right? May skateboard to eh. May nagsasakyan na ano to eh, na parang sa skateboard, di ba? And it's very easy for the Khalid to translate over the map. And maybe that's what the Farsa is for, no? To mirror that with the wings by wings. What I'm curious here, or my question lies, is I think napaka-early ng reveal ng show dito. Is this like a direct counter on the Khalid? What about what's your thoughts here, Rob, on the show pick?
Actually, there are two explanations for this. My best bet for this one, the show might actually be like the tank support. It's actually mostly used na since most of the time the draft, laging wala yung Kufra, laging wala yung Kufra. So parang on the first two bans, kasama na sila agad. And show was getting popularity in terms of being the tank itself kasi of course the crowd control was there. It was actually tanky enough, and the mobility. Kumbaga, the Khalid would have a hard time sometimes to land this ultimate kasi because like this Yuzong, pwede siyang mag-dash out, even mag-shunpo out. Kumbaga, ang daming pwedeng umalis doon sa mismong ultimate dito, and I think one of in the current meta, mobility is also the key to victory din sa mga teams.
Yeah, and I think it gives lesser freedom than for the Kimi, no? There's pressure coming in from the show. But I do like that there is a possibility na yung gagawing main tank, mga tol, and we are looking towards the Hilda, no? We are looking towards the Hilda band dito ng Bren Esports. I'm very confident that is not a Lila pick mula dito sa Onyx PH. So we will be seeing what is the actual pick mula sa side dito ng Lila. But going back, I just want to mention, okay, so we just got a signal. Alright, sorry guys, just to update you, we got a signal that there will be a remake happening for the draft. So I feel like siguro sa mismo yon, sa player side mismo yung naging problem. But again, just going back, feeling ko they will continue until the Hilda ban. Kasi fourth pick yung yung Layla, no? After the Esmeralda. But again, I love when you mentioned it's the possibility of having the show going on to the tank support position, guys. To give you an idea ngayon, what's happening right now over the running meta, there is a very heavy shortage of tanks. Right now, the most viable of tanks, would be Kufra, Atlas, and Uranus. Sometimes there is the occasional Hylos. You know, you're gonna be seeing some Franco, ganyan. Pero talagang may pilit eh. And some teams, because of the bigger pool ng fighters ngayon, would just default into choosing fighters. Sometimes they would even choose main tank Hilda, no?
Exactly. Parang masyado kasing dragging. Ano ba? Paano bang pinakamagandang term? Like for example, you could be able to pick sometimes like a high loss. Kaso parang may part na it's like passive. Na yes, nakunat siya, yes, nandun yung mga glorious pathway. Pero after that, the high loss will just be mid-shield. Aside from anything else. So, most of the time, kasi sobrang bilis na rin kasi ng mga nangyayari.
Yes.
Kailangan nakakapag-rotate. Kumbaga, ang ikot ngayon kung sino mas mabilis na makapag-clear ng healing wave, makakuha ng buff nila, could be able to get into the lanes faster, get towers and objectives, and that's how it actually pans out. So, pag-current meta natin.
Yeah, I would agree. Even though the ultimate of the Hylos is the glorious pathway, Hylos is slow.
Kabayong mabagal.
Apat yung pa, pero mabagal talaga si Hylos if you compare it to the pressure that can be done by Uranus, to the engage that can be done by Kufra. The perfect match can easily outrun the Hylos on that Atlas, and that is the thing. So far there is the preference na you'd want your position 5 or parang yung yung main support mo, yung parang tank mo. Ayun kasi ngayon guys di ba pag nag 1-3-1 ang kasama lagi is would be of the carry. Tapos may kasama siyang tank support, yun yung unang nakamas, then we also have the utility support. The form of support na nagdi-dish out ng damage, sometimes initiate. This is the form of the Farsa, Selena, Valir, diba, ganon. But, ayan you'd want those kind, ginagamit na lang talaga nila minsan yung mga tanks as a form of mid-shield or minsan heavy initiate. But one big requirement, because you are part of the 3, sa 1-3-1, you need to rotate. You need to be very mobile.
Main reason, sorry to interrupt. One main reason bakit nagiging priority ban yung Selena, it's not only because of the vision it provides on the trap, as well yung anxiety na baka pwede kang tamaan kagad ng isang araw. The trap itself would be a very good tool din kasi mas mabilis nyo nga na makukuha yung buff nyo. Sa mga pinapanood ko with the Selena gameplays, most of the time sila yung nambubuli. Sila yung nag-i-invade. Pag nakuha ng Selena, invade talaga. Automatic meron silang invade na play.
Yeah, there is, on the passive of Selena talaga, once you get the trap debuff, diba, may burst na nga yun nakasama. There's also bonus damage as long as you are under the debuff of that abyssal trap. So, level 1 pala talaga ni Selena, ang taas na talaga ng damage na pwede niyang ibaga. And I do understand there is a heavy reason of having the plan on the Selena. Medyo madali rin talaga siya mitan, in a way. I know, mahirap ipatama yung araw, no? Mahirap ipatama yung araw, pero yun yung formula ni Selena. Araw, vision, trap, get in, get out, no? And I feel like kaya rin binanto ng brand kasi you could still have although napili na yung Parsa, no? But it's okay to ban the likes of Selena kasi ang taas din ng pool ng support ngayon, ng utility support ngayon, di ba? You got Valir, you got Loyi, you got Selena nga, di ba? You got Parsa, you got PNK, which is not hovered for that game, no? So feeling ko baka may basa na yung mga teams natin for that. And you can even go for Hellcurt and Natalia, di ba? Mga ganong klaseng support, mga kaibigan.
Exactly. I was actually thinking, nasa part ba ng ban? Luya was still open, right?
Yes, totally, ladies and gents. And again guys, inaantay lang natin na magbalik tayo doon sa draft. Remake lang yan. My best bet is that we will have the draft continue until that Hilda ban. My curiosity what would be the third ban. Hindi yata nagban no? Parang hindi ko nakita yung third ban.
Yes,
basta na lang yata yung Leila, Pili na lang yata yung Leila doon sa side ng Onyx dito, no? And one thing is for sure, pagbalik natin doon sa draft, we'll have a better breakdown of the running game, ladies and gentlemen. And still, para sa mga audience natin dyan, may I ask now, let's take this time to, of course, ipakalat nyo to. The MPL na, baka may nakakalimot kasi, no? At MPL na, it's Friday night, MPL, ang tagal na natin inantay to, ating mga kabatid. Lahat ng kakilala niya naglalaro ng Mobile Legends. Let's invite them.
Exactly.
Let's invite them to watch this tournament.
Don't forget, share nyo itong live stream natin, not only on Facebook, YouTube, and I'm not sure if we are also in one sport, but one thing is for sure mga kaibigan, it's gonna be a very, very long league. Matagal-tagal tayo magsasama dito. If I'm not mistaken, we do have like a 65 in total of series, both bracket A and bracket B. So mga hindi nakakaalam, twice na maglalaban yung mga nasa bracket A as well with bracket B. And once naman in labang bracket.
I want to actually digest of that part eh. Parang ang nakikita ko lang muna dyan, unang tinginan mo para sa mga audience natin, mas maraming laban. Which is way better. Mas gusto natin yan. Mas maraming laban, mas maraming tayong mapapanood na MPL episodes. The striking difference lang talaga siguro is parang because fighting your opponent actually shapes your team. Fighting different teams actually shapes your team, and minsan you cannot help but think na parang you can compare and contrast these groups. That maybe one group might be better compared to the other. But good thing naman may naman yan round robin at naglalaban-laban pa rin naman yan. Actually, alam mo kung nakakatawa dito, isipin nyo na lang guys para mas madali ma-digest yung group A, group B natin. Bakit kailangan pa yan? Para tayong may East tsaka West Conference.
Oo, diba? Oo, totoo, diba? Tapos, kung iisipin mo nga parang mas makikita mo talaga dito kung sino yung talagang team who's actually deserving. Diba? Well, sana natin pag-usapan kung ano yung meron onto the playoffs. Pero, alam mo yung twice kayong maglalaban on a very same season. Diba? Parang may comeback Diba? Pero, kuwari, natalo kayo for this round. Of course, we would like to get a comeback on that specific team. And yan yung mga, to be honest, yan yung mga gustong inaabangan ng mga viewers din natin. Yung maglalaban yung mga paboritong mga teams nila.
Let's talk about it, man. Ikaw ba, may dream matches ka ba? Regarding, like, something, I mean, you're a caster, you would be seeing this naman. But, I mean, something you look forward in seeing na dream match sa regular season.
So doon, siguro, well, number one, of course, laban, of course, Onyx and Aura. Number one.
Yeah.
Parang ultimate na iiwan from the previous season. Tapos, number two, of course, hype match ito. I had an interview in both teams, of course, NXP Solid versus Execration.
Yeah.
Yung pagpasok ng NXP Solid sa MPL and Execration retaining their same roster and putting Siren on the coach position. Sobrang ang dami kong gustong makita sa Execration.
Yeah. I have the same dream match, pero I'm actually looking forward to be proven wrong during this regular season of what things will excite me. One thing I actually look forward is medyo may mainit medyo ang init nila ngayon. Signal Ultra, right? Yes. No, it's been taking in championships kaliwaan then bago pa man magtungo dito sa regular season. And it may take na parang
Signal Ultra. Mag-isyo ng NXP.
Tapos parang
abot 100k
bagong line-up, diba? Iba lang yung line-up talagang napamahal sa mga tao. They're really good. Right? They're really good.
Basta NXP lagi duwa lagi atay.
With an aura.
Exactly.
In the tournament.
It's like 3-1 yata. If I'm not mistaken. Pero parang kung isipin mo na every season, there always a team coming from the qualifiers na talagang hindi nang pangit yung term na nangguguli, nang susak nung season na yun. Like for example, on season 4, Onyx PH, they had a very good run up until the grand finals. Tapos sa season 5, was actually on season 5, like BSP and U-Level, yung mga they still retain. So, yung gusto ko rin nakita on those both teams kasi medyo bago rin sa mga rosters nila. I really like BSP and U-Level na ngayon ay Blue Fire, known as Blue Fire.
Nagamay ra ni Pilipinas at
and there's a lot of questions there as well, not just on the new roster or U-Level, but on how this roster will work. Because there's running impression mula sa diba, sa community na lahat sila tank. Yes, yung role nila. But who doesn't love a story of an underdog? It is totally normal naman sa isang liga na magkaroon ng expectations. Ang mga fans, ang liga mismo, at ang mga teams rin mismo. That's what makes exciting. No? What makes every match rather na exciting mapanood. No? So getting those questions answered little by little.
Yep. Totoo yan. Specifically dito pala, well, balikan natin of course, Onyx PH versus Bren Esports. Kung tatanungin kita, Shane, in terms of both of these teams, ano yung ano yung pinaka-power, ay parang pinaka-known as yung ano, kasi Ren Esports, parang ang dami sa kanila, tatlo sa kanila yung, ako rin dito last ni dalawa yung multi-role, pero para sa akin, even Few, Ribo, and Carl DC, kaya nilang magpalit-palit ng role. I've seen them play in a tournament na si Few yung naging hyper carry nila, si Carl DC was the one who was using the mage, parang soft carry siya, mage support, then Ribo would be on the off lane. Ano yung, in terms of versatility, sino sa tingin mong mas, how would you see both of these teams sa ganon? I mean, would you prefer the versatility or would you like to have like such as Onyx na nakastay lang talaga on
Sa roles nila, I actually prefer a team na kaya ng ginagawa natin sa team natin ngayon. On sticking out your role, no? Feeling ko it gives, when you are focused on your role, yung pagkakaiba-iba, yung pagkakahalo-halo nyo within the team is much improved because you are working together on that role that fits for you. Whereas if you're multi-role, di ba? Gaya nga nung kanina sa training natin, you have to be a king of something than becoming a jack of all trades, di ba?
a king of one rather than a jack of all?
Tama. Yeah, so superhero na tayo din. And that's what I think would work well for this kind of competition. And actually, gusto ko malaman is how the matchups will pan out. Na-cover ni Wolf kanina, yung matchup ni Card C and also Wise. We also have the matchup between Oh My Phoenix and Ribo, no? But on impact, there are still a lot to go on around. You know, you still have diba? You even have Black Sea against Siak. That is one of the biggest questions. There are so many questions. And honestly, parehas
Pobre,
tayo.
na-check na
I'm
zone agad.
not seeing the chat right
Nadato
now.
naman siya,
But I
na-champion
can
zone.
feel na asa na yung laban. Gusto na rin natin talagang makita. But with this muna,
Na.
ating mga manonood,
Nay.
kakaroon lang tayo ng napaka-ingling break and we'll be back at talagang hahataw na tayo sa action na ihahatid sa inyo ng MPL PH Season 6.
We'll be back at talagang nahato na tayo sa action na ihahatid sa inyo ng MPLPH Season 6.
Are you game to be great? Now you can. Smart Giga Games 99. Get unlimited data all day, every day. For mobile legends and more. Game to be great with Smart Giga Games 99.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can be as good as your network speed and strength. Slow, lean, and gain.
Napay pinumdum sa atay.
Being the fastest mobile data network means game changing. Choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this Giga Life? Simple and smart affordable. How do you know about this Giga Life? Simple and smart affordable.
Di pa gina NXP ang nagduo. Dako na kayo. Saan mo tag NXP na? Taga di mo laban na NXP na. Gagani. Doge mo ga kiste, doge. Magko kung saan mo tayo nadatong constant payaman. Asa tagagawas mananaw. Oh, wala. Ano ba? Tibukan? Kalibutan? Hindi. Libutan eh. Asa sa gawa? Pagkahan ka na.
Realme smartphone, dare to lead. Realme smartphone, dare to lead. Realme Watch, time to be smarter. Realme, dare to lead. legit, right? Not quite. Just like your disposable razor. It's time you switch your disposable razor for your legit first shave so you can be every bit legit. Gillette Mac 3. Switch to Gillette Mac 3. Let's get this over with. I'm starting to get bored.
Ay, nung doon pa man. Sa? Tuloy? Ay, doon na.
Enemy has been slain.
Uy, yun, bulag na sa buwan sa. Mixed na mo.
Enemy has been slain.
Wala, hindi ka batay kasi ba sabi sa buwan mo?
Download for free. Mobile Legends. Bang bang. Godly power. What is this? John has combined the reverse scale and the primordial spirit. It cannot be here. The Black Dragon has moved. No one, nothing can stop me. Let's take him from the side! Now! Death to all who oppose me. No! So this is what I'm truly capable of. Wake up! You Jones! How is this possible? You are getting rusty, brother.
No. How did it end up like this? No.
Welcome to reality, girl. Where the strongest rules them all. Download for free. Mobile Legends. Bye-bye. In hopes of stopping the Guardian Dragons from fully regaining their strength, Dragon sent his minions to attack the Dragon Sanctuary. The shield protecting the sanctuary was growing weak. Attack after attack, the Guardian Dragons barely had the power to guide the Dragon Warriors. How can a warrior from the Northern Vale enter the sanctuary, and what would await ahead?
Your team destroyed the turret. Mega kill. Double kill. Your team destroyed a turret. Mega kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Legendary.
Download for free. Mobile Legends. Bang bang.
Ngayon, magsugod eh.
Killing spree. Double kill. Godlike. Legendary.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Bang bang.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Are you game to be great? Now you can with the new Smart Giga Games 99. Get 1 gig data all day, every day for Mobile Legends and more. Game to be great with Smart Giga Games 99.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network speed and strength. Slow means game over. But the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means game changing. Choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this Giga Life? Simple and smart ako.
When uncertainty is our reality, we rise above with the things that matter. Gigafy happiness. Gigafy love. Gigafy friendship. Gigafy dreams. Gigafy hope. With smart Giga music, videos, games, work, and stories, we let our passions run free in the new world we face together. Smart, live Giga.
Realme smartphone. Dare to leap.
Realme Watch. Time to be smarter. Realme Dare to Leap.
Don't pay cash.
You've got me on the edge.
Legit, right? Not quite. Just like your disposable razor. It's time you switch your disposable razor for your legit first shave, so you can be every bit legit. Gillette Mac 3. Switch. Mac 3.
Let's get this over with. I'm starting to get bored.
Mega kill. enemy has been slain.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Godly power.
What is this?
Your child is alive.
Din, nagay ka din, magpaluot ko ganiha unta.
It cannot leave here. The Black Dragon has returned. No one, nothing can stop me now. Let's take him from the side! Now! Death to all who approach me. No! So this is what I
Ako na lang, katsulay day.
wake up! You joke! How is this possible? You are getting rusty, brother.
No. How did it end up like this? No.
Welcome to reality, girl. The strongest rules the world.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
In hopes of stopping the Guardian Dragons from fully regaining their strength, Kraken sent his minions to attack the Dragon Sanctuary. The shield protecting the sanctuary was growing weak. Attack after attack, the Guardian Dragons barely had the power to guide the Dragon Warriors. Falcon Warrior from the Northern Vale entered the sanctuary, and what would await ahead?
Your team destroyed a turret. Mega kill. Double kill. Your team destroyed a turret. Mega kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Legendary.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Killing spree. Double kill. Godlike. Legendary. Maniac.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Rock, need no protection from them.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Are you game to be great? Now you can with the new
Gaya mo,
Smart
gani.
Giga Games 99. Get 1 gig data all day, every day, for Mobile Legends and more. Game to be great with Smart Giga Games 99.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network speed and strength. Slow means game over. But the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means game changing. Choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this Giga Life? Simple and smart ako. Game changing. Choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy.
Is our reality. Rise above with the things that matter. Gigabyte happiness. Gigabyte love. Gigabyte friendship. Gigabyte dreams. Gigabyte hope. With smart Giga music, video, games, work, and stories, we let our passions run free in the new world we face together. Smart, live Giga. Realme smartphone. Dare to leap.
Sugay ba magsugutan ako.
Realme Watch. Time to be smarter. Realme Dare to leap. You've got me on the edge. Legit, right? Not quite. Just like your disposable razor. It's time you switch your disposable razor for your legit first shave so you can be every bit legit. Gillette Mac 3.
Your disposable razor for your legit first shave, so you can be every
Pilipinas, welcome sa unang araw ng unang linggo of the FPL PH Season 6 regular season. Ako inyong anchor, Shibu with the one for a night. Siyempre ang aking analyst, Rob Luna, mga kaibigan, who just came in from a technical problem during the draft of Onyx PH and Brand Esports, ang ating unang laban for tonight. But it got resolved during the break na. So, wag na mag-alala, dalawang wait is over. Diretso na tayo sa ating game. Diretso na tayo sa ating draft. Pasensya na guys, pero at least ito, we got the game already going.
Alam naman natin. Sobrang excited na rin kayo. Paano gagawin yung unang-unang laban nito sa FPS?
Totoo yan, totoo yan. Again, we go back to Brand Esports versus Onyx PH. This is a battle of generation. That is the main description, syempre, ng matchup na to. I'm actually very curious sa mga viewers natin dyan. Alam niyo yan, feeling ko, I'm not so sure kung anong tinatag ngayon sa chat, pero I would suggest, sino bumato nyo? Diba? Sino binoto nyo?
Baga, yung mga kung friend lang, kung malaman, ng pagkakaroon, kahit Onyx Prince,
Yung hashtag ng Onyx, napaka-vanilla eh. Go Onyx.
Inex me solid eh.
Pero, ayun na, what you can do is, sino binoto nyo? Sino pamato nyo? And why? Who do you think are the main players that will carry this game to victory for their respective teams? Now, we go back, if I'm not mistaken, we will be resuming our game with the active draft that's going on sa ating bago tayo nagkaroon ng break. No? So, kanina, review lang natin, no? From Yuna, on the side of Red, we have the, naalala ko yung sa Onyx, we have Kali, no? We have Kali, we have Kimi, we have Esmeralda. Very interesting pre, first pick yung Kimi yata, no?
Oo, yan.
First pick yung Kimi, pick up the Yuzong para sa side ng Red Esports, and dalawa naman
It was Forza and Forza.
Forza Chong. So the early picks now that is getting introduced here is first is the Kimi, next would be the Chong naman sa side ng Red Esports. And pwede na lang natin yung continuity ng running game natin.
Next would be the
Yung heal na ba, abot na tayo hanggang sa heal naman kasi I prefer Red Esports.
BO3 din ano?
Yes, exactly. Banning the hit. So probably yun yung nagkaroon ng technical difficulties like what we said before actually from the play. Surprisingly, the TV was picked first. Like what I said kanina, di ba parang medyo awkward yung pick ng TV kasi there's a part na pwede siyang kunin ng huli. And there's I think there's no way or little chance na masama mo yung sa TV. Kaya dapat pick din is
may pagka maaga. So, baka nga, no? Baka hindi yung nag-running din natin dito. Well, this is the third pick so far. Wala pa namang kaibahan mula doon sa unang set ng picks na nakakaya natin bago nga tayo nagkaroon ng now, Onyx PH still their attempt to draft us. Let's get back to the discussion natin dito. Alright, we got the Roger. Now, Kimi. Alright, so, we have some few picks here. Feeling ko, may pagkamaaga pa rin. Actually, siya options for the main credit tayo, no? Para pinili. Pagkamaaga yung Roger. The best part about Roger is he doesn't struggle much. Diba? Kailangan mo siya yung may credit. So, ikaw,
on record, para sa akin yung most concern sa Roger. So yung pick na pinik na nila kagad kasi there's a big possibility na mapansya or rather para sa akin yung score. Plus, of course, Roger is pinakamabilis sa rotation. That's the real running man. Meanwhile naman sa Red Esports, yeah, I really like the ban ng Kalito kasi I think it was Yenaro sa Pinos and from some other teams sa Pinos.
Umabenta, pena,
sobrang daming nagbibigay sa
NXT, Soccer League.
It should be, I mean, we consider Carl TC as a very aggressive player, and I still think of Lee as an S plus tier na sasabihin pa rin. That is very impacting, especially at the hands of a very aggressive player that knows when to absolutely they can lay an obvious. So, the big question here is what will be the main carry ngayon for RTC. And my thoughts here is, I keep on mentioning how the main carry ngayon for RTC. And I want to actually break down the backsha, and I want to ask your thoughts regarding the backsha dito, Rob Luna. But I want to add now on that. What are your thoughts between the interaction between backsha, Ligan of Gas, regarding the contrast is backs ngayon sa side ng Red?
What are your thoughts between the interaction between Basha and
Yes, if I am going to be analyzing
contrast these two
Basha,
attacks ngayon sa side ng
basically,
Red?
the Onyx is like a deny pick. Para lang matanggal yung part na pwedeng ma-counter pick agad dito. Interest ng Onyx is sustain yung dalawa nila. Then, yung side talks na nagiging kanina din with the current effect ng support natin, yung activated stay yung lockdown. As yung So, even na kaya rin sa rin competing ngayon continue. So, ito naman, in contrast with Gato Cancha, I think this might be a side of Gato Cancha. We're still gonna be sticking on that show on Dynamic Sport.
Okay. Yeah, it's very possible actually, no? To withstand the hits, at least, on the gallery. That's one possibility actually. But then the drop is totally challenging kaagad. I was expecting with a simple Atlas, no? Pero syempre, Esperado naman. We will be seeing simple Valor mixed with BNK picks, no? But this time outright, nagkaroon na kaagad tayo ng more possibility. I mean, they're rising. Pero I didn't expect them to be quickly big dito sa ating mismong regular season. And it is gonna be very exciting with this games. We are already into the game, but it can take time, no? What will be your vote? Ano ba yung saan malalagay ang vote mo, Maring?
With this composition, if Onyx PH should be able to pull off this first 5 minutes, I would go for Onyx PH to give number 1 time. For the main reason of rotation itself, Wise will be able to deal so much damage, mabilis sila makakaikot, may Venus on the Cyclops. Ito, I think it's been seeing a lot of mga kadalasan na siyang nag-big list talaga ngayon. At yung damage sa Cyclops, sobrang sakit.
I see. And although there is the Hayabusa, I cannot believe that parang okay lang yung Cyclops. It's the Cyclops that's really targeting the Hayabusa. It's not really the other way around. Despite Hayabusa being an assassin. So ako din, siguro I'll go with your vote then. Now, give me a value for Onyx PH. Kasi distansya lang kailangan mo dito sa Cyclops, diba? So ako din, siguro bitangkot ka lang, okay ka na eh.
Proper timing. Kumbaga pagka naunahan siya ng ulti natin dito ng isang Cyclops, sobrang bilis na ng first down. Kita mo ang bilis, sobrang ang bilis nila makakapag-rotate for the mid support.
Cyclops, no planets attack plus even the innate damage to minions dito ni Roger, no? Pero clear nung 3-man comp na to. For the point that View has been rotating on scouting and getting vision, at least against Onyx PH. But overall, the approach ng dalawang teams natin has been releasing, no? Save and pass.
Save and pass talaga dito. Pero yun naman, nandito na sila sa mid-topic. Tingnan mo no, pagkuha nila ng crop doon sa top. Luckily, dito, Brady Sport, ang ganda na pick nila for the Marsa.
Yeah. Well, they've been touching around naman for that part. And feeling ko, ang maganda sa laro, they're keeping their distance from each other, no? Maximize the distance from each other.
I think for the first 5 minutes ito pa, ang mangyayari dito is kung sino, kumbaga paunahan as in level 4, paunahan kung sino yung magiging reactor dito sa most of the teams. Kung sino yung mas magre-react kasi kung iwan sa rotation.
May question now. Working is ultimate na lang to make an escape there. But from the looks of it, even yung mga attacks kaya hindi sinasakta ng isa't isa. Let's go to the Gillette instant remake. What that one? Actually, that was the first pick, no? And nakapaglakad naman si JT. Pero, Gillette, mula kay, para kay Cardsy. I cannot but feel lang sana nakapag-bitaw yung Cyclops yata na ako. And now we are seeing the Cyclops. So here nako, para kay Candilar advancing through that one. There's yung pinagpag naman mula kay Pipo, pero ay yung Juliet. Oh, hindi, baka if you dito, naman sila he is not kill rich captain sa may Venus dito, gusto niya siya an answer for the damage na pinupagin ng mga Brent Esports. Okay, Shadow Kill reactivated as well. Oh my B, oh my G, hindi yun actually ang mamamahala kay ang P. Punamak siya at buwan na pati yung purple ng Pico ng
Ang gandaan sa coordination ko ng Brady Sport, let alone Black East, disrupting everyone from the side of Onyx PH. Kumbaga, si Oh My Venus, hindi siya maka-move forward, hindi siya mas makatulog. It's all because hindi sobrang influence sila ni Black East with the Dragon Sword.
Now napapalish yung inakala natin parang magandang Cyclops pick dito. But I cannot but feel hindi lang din yung disruption ni Black Sea eh. Pati yung aggression din yata no, ni Newton. Parang napakagaling back then. But if ever, that trend no, now that we are getting super here by Brent Esports, yung start ng composition nila, do you still think na parang siguro simula pa lang to. And there are still some strong points sa side ng Onyx.
Yes, definitely. May strong points sila dito. I think, pagka napansin nila dito na they could be able to go kung napapasok siya dito, like for example, like nagkalit, hindi ko natin nakikita into action itong hero talaga to just ngayon pa lang.
Well, they're confident naman nila, pero alam natin, under threat, not to mention sa kalit. May innate ano din may innate survivability din yung kalit Mas maganda rin yung defensive stats niya. Kaya nga parang dahan-dahan umaakit na to sa mga heroes natin, especially for the side lanes. But look at that. I get that feel bro na nararamdaman na ng Onyx that they can at least just go in and face this heavy millicops ngayon ng threat, no?
Totoo yan. Kumbaga, ang easy just go in and face this heavy millicops ngayon like fuel card PC. Yes, wish siya, pero of course, the mobility is there. Ang surprisingly, kaya ni sum up ng kalit yung damage, no?
Yeah, Zebi. Well, we got two members here. Maybe going for the casualty, pero hindi. Yung flank kaagad ni Oh My Beans, ang ganda ng pass. We can't see doon. Na-placement of the shadow na okay, shadow kill gets the kill para kay Zane. At sunod pa para kay Zane, makuha naman si JD no. Last pin now, was able to cyclone out, pero hindi. Iyak na sila pumatay. Bumalik talaga si Last Pin dito. And good guess doon, Tol, no? Nabigat na choke talaga on the main support in the hands here of Last Pin. And because of that very utilizable partner position, hindi nabibigyan talaga din ng freedom si Iyak dito, which is designed to be a heavy counter for these heroes, no?
Totoo yun. Pagka na-show out na kagad sa mismong lane sa top lane, then wala na dito magiging rotation. Ito ngayon ang magiging mahirap for the side of Onyx TN kasi medyo agad na agad yung mga kanila sa first one. At think na dapat doon nag-sign ng isang contract.
Ano ba yung heavy consequences kapag kunyari ganito yung sitwasyon? Maliit na yung mama.
Medyo parang you were actually getting forced na mag-out sa isang lane. Like for example, what they're doing right now on the top lane, they're really forcing ito na makuha ng
It looks like, no? They are totally forcing. Kasi ngayon, mapapansin ko yung Onyx nagsasama-sama na, no? Pero sige, bantayan natin ha. Feathered airstrike, maximum range na kay Pumi. Hindi rin basta na malapit. Lasty, very confident yung go in. Parang ginagawa niya yung Frank Classic mula season 3. Yung playstyle dito ni Lasty, pero binati siya ni Dilar. Goes in for Fonzie. Okay, Shadow Kill. Wala na siyang paking kahit nila nang tamaan dyan. Kasi may dragon naman nalalaman. There goes ang Lapsing.
Pero binati siya ni Dilar. Goes in for Fonzie.
Inner Lapsing. Si Jennifer may iwang pang. Doon naman sa kabila. Si Parang Dilar allows the microphone for you. And Iyak is nowhere to be found. They just backing it up. Tapos lalapit pa yung threat sa any pressure na ini-establish mo for Iyak. And feeling ko, establish na yung lead, no, Rob?
Lead is around 6,000. Grabe yung nag-start yun doon sa Feathered airstrike with yung clearing kasi yung wave. And right after Flag PC came with this ultimate, even the Hayabusa, talagang inultimate na kahit 5 pa sila counter on.
Looks like AOE damage, no? Multi-target damage is the main headline ng laro natin dito. This is an under-turret fight. This is an under-turret fight. And they're totally losing it. They're losing their inner mid-laner. And we're speaking of Onyx PH here. At kung hindi lang naliliit yung mapa, naka-pressure na rin sila, no? Marika.
Totoo, they're actually getting run down dito na sobrang nasusukunaw sila just by the ultimate kaagad lang yun.
Yeah, because I mean, now let's see here. Rivo taking a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, yung planets attack talaga ito pa yung target. Minion wave, ladies and gentlemen, and there goes God. Sila na mabulis. Tapos sakto yung pati ito ba agad. Last wave, the dragon attacks the mega kill na maalam na si DJ Calisto. Double kill. Meron pa si Mata. Hindi na nga, pinapulot na lang para mawala. And that's it. Nagsa-bleed or not exchange. The trades here per kills are getting heavier and heavier against Onyx PH.
Dito, well, it's gonna be a Onyx PH in this position. Kasi ang mangyayari dito, mag-clear out na lahat sila and there's no way na makakalabas ngayon yung player nila dito unless they go as a team sila rin. Kaso ngayon, so yung medium wave player din, even yung Red Esports, sobrang bilis na kayang-kaya nilang tanggalin na lahat sa counter-turret dito. Isa na lang, natitira rin ang Red Esports.
And feeling ko, makikita ko sa laro ko, now I understand bakit ang agad ang pili sa Marsa. Ano team yun na makakasig ko agad sa Marsa and sitigan ng panting. Well, it's obvious here in this game. They really know how to play around the pressure that Marsa is managing.
At hindi na ako magtataka. What's the part of the back? Mamaya lang Onyx PH. Sobra yung, I mean, unless Europe alone is going to get out, pag nag-better strike yung view, maiipit sa isang position ng Onyx PH, that's where Black Pixie would come with the Dragon Form. Now, tuloy na from there.
Indeed, Rob. Actually, feeling ko parang step by step yung advantage dito ng Red. Step 1, Multi Barca. Diba? Kung may mabawasan na konti, may entrada pa. It would be up the Yuzong, it would be up the Joe. Tapos last round si Dark kasi. Diba? Siya yung parang forward it. This is, I think, the way how this composition is played as shown to us by Red Esports. But, Onyx is Onyx Classic, they're grouping up, if you're willing to take fights and pick-ups, are you considering any cap na capacity dito para sa Onyx PH?
If you're willing to take fights and pick-ups, are you considering any cap na capacity dito para sa Onyx
Siguro
PH?
we could be able to see like a play sila agad. I mean, mas-rook up, like what I said, kanina, Lord, Dilar yung damage, we would make a play pinakaya ko sa possibly ma-hold ni Dilar, damage na ibigay dun sa first initial burst kay Red Watch. Kung nangyari yun, pwedeng dito nakapag-comeback sa hindi na react to the stages as well. Oh, my teams can still have a damage.
Feeling ko talaga kung individual matchup, pero tingnan natin the Lord is being maybe used to the maximum dito ng mga membro ng Red Esports. Lumipat pa ng mix, yung Yuzong natin, may mega loop, at inuwi niya na lang ang Pinoy sa Tinarpo. Si May Venus, may minion pa, ultra mid lane inhibitor, tapos destroy na rin yun, top lane inhibitor rin, nagsusunod, habang nasa may get na lulunod sa mga skills na magagaling mula kay Lil dito against the members of Onyx PH. Wise Easter, the top lane inhibitor is not yet dismissed, it doesn't matter, they're gonna be focusing on the basic stuff in the main close in, he has to wait for the dive currency, will have to only shadow out, no, I think what shadow out, si Largan made that only shadow out, ginawa dito ni Currency, they went for the re-engage, maximum upside here for Red Esports in fights. This is the second team fight that they are taking.
Yes, kumbaga na-sustain nila yun and even as Esports not just namatay, totally annihilated the rest of Onyx and getting at least 30%. Now, for when annihilated is in very at least 2 tier teams, look at that, you standing everyone from the side of Onyx, yes, you're managing this bracket.
Yeah. I mean, those 3 seasons for Red Esports becoming finalists, it's not accounted for nothing. Really strong at nagbigyan ng leksyon ng Red Esports. Congratulations, Red Esports, for taking the game 1 of the series.
Congratulations to Red Esports for taking the game 1 of the series against Onyx.
Also masterful play as well, using the Barca. Now I do understand why the City got offended for the Barca stand around bakit ganun ba dito na lang is
Sikat rin lang, makontra ang in-expression.
really heavy on that one. It's just na pwedeng madaling i-shooting ang lahat ng mga picks nila. Any final thoughts on that team number 1? And maybe as well, there's team number 2.
Yes, if ever they're not going to be valid the Barca, they probably take a camp that will be able to, initiate them or at least, kasi ang nangyari kasi with Drake the Basha, is that parang siya naging passive. Piling kasi nila kasi yung Basha just to deny pick na parang hindi ma-counter yung sustain nila like this na Basha. Pero at the end of the day, parang ano siya yung I mean, kung namatay siya doon, even with the revitalize na nila pag-react early stage, hindi niya maprotektahan yung mga cores.
Well, we'll see a deeper view of that game as we head on to our 1-minute break. Tapos mag-i-explain pa yan sa atin lalo yan yung ating national analysis. Again guys, the MPLP Season 6 regular season.
Again guys, the MPLP Season 6 regular season will be back.
Are you game to be crazy? Now you can with the new Smart Gigabyte 99. Get 20 gig data all day, every day, from Mobile Legends to full-time. Game to be great with Smart Gigabyte 99. Game to be great with Smart Gigabyte 99.
When uncertainty is our reality, rise above with the things that matter. Gigabyte happiness.
multiple SME analysts to really talk about game one
There was a long
in
phase
our
where medyo nawala tayo sa
very quickly. It was
Kay
there was a long break before, medyo nawala tayo sa ating forecast and what was the idea between the draft of Bernie Sports and the draft of on Tuesday. Early Gabby, early user updates, Gabby did an early parts of it. And later on, we will discuss the importance of the heroes that I just mentioned. One thing I really want to take note is this battle between the Hayabusa and the Roger always is about the really, really good. These are two heroes that are independent of early snowball that if team soccer,
And unfortunately,
para
para
sa that's the nature of this early game
I
based
also want to talk
lineup.
about
And unfortunately, para sa communication, ganda na talaga ginawa nila positive. I also want to talk about this backshot that you have from communication. What it means, level 6 against your fusion, against your catch-up. Hindi mo ba talaga yung best na heroes? All that cancel that you can see in the lineup of your running right now. Before that, I don't know about the item games. Honestly,
gusto ko lang tingnan niya dito
it is standard stuff.
items because of the fact na napakaganda ng kanyang progression.
And gusto ko lang tingnan dito is use items because of the fact na napakaganda ng kanyang progression dito. Both the form of Destiny as well as the Duels. The Duels made I would say that the impact creates on the game. Whereas this allows manipulation on the players, which is great versus your Esmeralda getting here. It's the carry that are reserved for the Basha as well as the Rogers. So almost all heroes of the qualities was answered by you. Now we can see our post-match data only went until 11 minutes, 24 seconds. But I guess the orange box and the purple box enabled it. I think talagang ridiculously necessary to bring this place. But the better explanation for this is, after the first round of box,
Pero
even the
late
the fact that
nangyari
early rotations of the first rotations of the teams are just even. Pero na yung break even nangyari is that break na
I also want to take
and eventually they took hold of the game, they took control of it, and they did not let it go. I also want to take all the characters in this specific game that are like the bonus parts. And here's what I want to do. Where did it start? There are two points. Basically, I would say, parang sa sinayan natin. First year, absolutely very good start coming out from both teams, even yan. Pero masabi natin na ang nanalo din talaga in the early stage was British Sports because of the first clash that they won. Maybe you can see that in the smart highlights that we are the first battle in the race was considerable. Really even. Kaso nakasama ng place dito si Jay na punish siya. And after that, pinituloy na ang pagkuha ng British Sports and XP. Good take note that the team fight of British Sports is so good when it comes to the AOE factor that they have. They have Farsa, meron silang movement na AOE initiations, then we also have this show from Rusty. The supporting role of the one mask setup from British Sports only on Rusty. And he actually allowed for British Sports to have a lot of breaking points in the stage. So it's the second team na yan. Ang may realistic fight na team fight, which I think is the second very tough the game.
That happened in 6. What you're seeing right now on your screen is just Brady Sports. Sineselebrate na lang nila
What
yung
you're seeing
lamang
right
nila.
now on your screen is
But the
just
real turning point for me was during the 6 minutes
sineselebrate
mark, which I call one of the good
But the
feels
real turning
coming out
point
of
for me
Brady
was
Sports. They
during the
have
6 minute
built the
mark,
lineup
which
on
I call
PH
one of the
with a very nice
peaks
execution. Merong nauna which is
They
Steve
have
Dusty
built
in the
through
front
the
lines and then
lineup
merong
on
biglang
PH
Yushong
with a
from
very
the
nice
sa likod.
execution.
And
Merong
it
nauna
really
which is
caught Onyx
Reborn
Edge
Rusty in the front lines, and then
off
merong
guard
biglang Yushong from
where
that
they
PH sa likod.
eventually
And it really
that
caught on
flash
PH off guard. And where they eventually lost that
Ladies and
clash.
gentlemen, after the 6
Really
minutes, we can
contention
honestly say
during all throughout
that
the day
Brady Sports
is
have
already
really
lost
won
us
this
on
game.
PH.
For the 35 minutes thereafter,
can honestly say
big
that
motivation
Brady
was at the
Sports have
mercy
already won this
of
game. And for the
our
5
smart
minutes
living
thereafter,
off the game,
they
however, is
obviously
reviewed
just like numbers
with a
of
709
our
rating.
smart
Ew.
Mind you,
living
this is
off the game.
I think we can honestly
with a 7-0
that started with the flawless duels of runs, which
I can
is,
honestly say this is a
I would
fourth
say,
person that
really
started
gave
with the top destiny
a
as well
lot
as
of
the
quite
Durans,
problems
which
to
is,
members of Red
well,
Esports.
I
The
would say,
Durance really is the main cause
gave
of
a
Onyx
lot
Cage
of
because
teamfight
most of their
prowess as far as
heroes,
the
their
Durans.
Baksha,
The
their
Durans really is the nail in the coffin
Esmeralda,
of
Khalid,
Onyx
and
Cage because most
talaga
of
sa
their
original
heroes.
to sustain. That was game number 1 of Red Esports versus
Ah,
Onyx
bang,
Cage. Let's see
yata.
kung makakabawi ang Onyx Cage sa ating game number 2
Really
as
is
we throw
that,
it back
mind you,
to the
this is,
casters.
I think I can honestly say that this is a
Oh,
fourth part
sorry.
that
Sorry
started
about
with
this.
the top destiny as well as the Durans, which is,
We actually
well,
shared this
I would say,
sa ating mga
really gave a
mga
lot of teamfight
pages
prowess
that we
as far as the
have
Red Esports. The
official
Durans
hashtag
really
for
is the
Sabang
nail in the
MPL,
coffin
which is
of
MPL
Onyx
is
Cage
back.
because most of their
All you have to do is
heroes,
go there,
their
keep
Baksha,
posting,
their
and today's live stream caption it.
Esmeralda,
Leave a
Kali,
comment. They're
dependent
answering this
talaga
week's
sa regional
topic
region na si
for a
Sustain.
chance to
That
win
was game
skins.
number 1
And
of Red
ako
Esports
personally,
versus Onyx Cage.
marami akong
Let's see
excited.
kung
Marami
makakabawi
akong
ang
bagay na
Onyx Cage
excited ako
sa
sa
ating game
upcoming
number
MPL
2 as
season.
we
That
go
was because
back to the casters.
I'm a caster and ang dami kong nalaman na exciting stuff.
Oh,
And
sorry.
we are going to be presenting
Sorry about
with
this.
so much more for
We
MPL for sure. Ito
we
si, so
actually
far,
shared this sa ating mga
first comment natin si John, Patrick,
mga
Sia, ayaw
pages.
ko
So we
nasa correctly.
have
Nanonood ako ng
official
Nicholas
hashtag
Milaman
for
Season 1.
Usapang MPL,
At
which is
nanonood ako
MPL
ng
is
walang
back.
kasama kasi
Now,
mas
all you
nag-enjoy
have
ako
to do is
mag-comment
go
sa
directly to the
performance
link posted
ng
on
mga
today's
kalahok
live
kasama ng
caption
ibang
there.
players.
Leave a comment
Pagtapos
there
nila
answering
makita ang
this
mga
week's
laro.
topic
Interesting
for a
parang
chance
first
to
time
win
yata
skins.
makakita ng ganyang klaseng
Ako
reaction
personally,
about
marami
enjoying
akong
certain
bagay
match.
na excited
We
ako
have
for the upcoming
Joshua
MPL season. And that
Brazil,
was because
nanonood ng
I'm
MPL
a caster. And that dami ko nalaman
okay.
na exciting
Medyo
stuff. And
Ngayon,
we are getting
nanonood
presented
ako
with
kasama
so much
ang
more for MPL for sure.
sobrang
Ito si, so far, ang
sarap
first
manood.
comment natin si
Lalo na
John
pag kayo-kayo lang sa
Patrick
bahay.
Sia. Ayun,
That's great. That's
super
good
correctly.
to the family.
Nanonood ako ng
Instant may kainan pa habang
At
nanonood
nanonood ako ng walang kasama kasi mas
more
nag-enjoy
power
ako
to
mag-comment
level
sa performance.
And
Mga kasama ng ibang players.
to enjoy
Pagtapos ko na
watching
makita
Mobile
ang
Legends,
ano.
you also have that.
Interesting. Parang
You
first
also
time
have
yata
a lot of
ng ganyang
sustained
klaseng reaction
mood
about
when you really see our last
certain
comment
match.
that we're gonna
We have
read.
Joshua
Nanonood ako ng
Brazil,
MPL simula
nanonood
pa
ng
ng season
MPL
1.
simula pa
Ngayong
ng
nanonood,
season 4.
ngayon
Okay.
nanonood ako
Victorious
ng
Team.
Ina
Ngayon,
mag-isa. Dati
nanonood ako
nanonood
kasama
dalawa lang
ang
kami ng kapatid ko.
kapatid ko.
Nanonood at nakatutok
Sobrang
sa bawat ganap ng MPL. Mula pa sa pagkapanalo ng King
kayo lang sa
sa
bahay.
Classic.
That's great.
Ito yung the first generation. Sakto di ba sa
Instant,
Master?
may kainan pa.
Hanggang sa
Kainan ng
Secret
MPL
Ultra,
season.
Archangel at Sons of Arts.
More
Sakto
power
nga
to
pala sa manunod.
And we're just enjoy
Siyempre, yung mga nag-comment din sa atin, like we said before,
a lot of
we
sustained
giving away
with you.
if
You really see it. Our last comment that we are going to read
sa
from the
live
game.
stream,
Nanonood
live
ako ng
stream
MPL
natin
simula
for
ng season 1.
Usapang,
Ngayon,
Usapang
nanonood
MPL.
ako ng hindi na mag-isa dati.
Or giveaway codes. So very
Sa
quickly,
bawat ganap ng
pauna na kayo
MPL.
mga
Wala
kaibigan.
pa sa
Or
pag-aaral ng
actually, mas
game.
maganda
It's a classic to me. Ito yung first generation. Actually, mas battle
para
generations.
magamit
Hanggang sa
ng mga
Secret Ultra, Archangel, at Sons
we also have a giveaway bonus code. I believe that we have a code.
Siyempre, yung mga nag-comment din sa atin, like we said before, we will be giving away skins if you do comment din sa
Maybe we can continue to participate sa mga ganitong mga events natin. Get to follow sa get more bonus giveaway. For now, we all had that bonus. And we still have plenty more action of
Pauna na kayo mga kaibigan.
para
Or screen, actually, mas maganda discussion. Again,
for now,
have a screenshot already para magamit nyo na
ibigay
pang
natin sa guys.
we also have a giveaway bonus code. I believe that we
Maraming
have
salamat po.
bonus
Lito pa lang 8 kahabang segment po. Sinakompleto sa regalo sa katotohanan lang. You got very chunky analysts. Then you have their fair share of pangumusta sa community natin na nanonood ngayon ng NPL. At dapat dahil alam na part yung may kasamang tayo pa. Alam mo na mga minimanjin, paborito namin yan. But we are here now, Rob. No, we are now on game number 2-1-0 in favor of Red Esports and facing off Onyx PH. Again, this is just a best of 3 series sa lahat ng mga matches natin dito sa ating regular season. So match point na para sa Red. Ang laki ng panalo ng Red na yun. Ng Red doon sa game number 1. What are the pressing points siguro Rob dito na we can see for adjustments na because when they have they have
so many natin ang nunos ngayon ng FPL.
ano nangyari kasi nga parang ano eh. The first
Alam mo na mga miliman dito,
well,
pagkita namin yan.
hindi na pwedeng
We are here now, Rob.
Pero
No,
for
we are now
one of
here
the
number 210
reasons
in favor of
kasi yung
Brand
bata.
Esports
Kaya
facing
ano
off
yan, there is
on
no
PH.
tension
Again, this is
parang
just best of
almost
2
like
series.
zero
Lahat ng
na
matches
parang
natin
walang
dito
halos
sa
walang
ating
nangyari.
regular season. So, match part na
Pagkapabilisan ng
para sa
and
Brand.
so akin na
Ang laki ng
tahan
panalo
sila doon
ng Brand.
part na yun.
Doon doon sa game number 1. What are the pressing points siguro of dito that you see for adjustments ng isa ng game number 2?
What Onyx PH needs to
Tingin ko, the happening was take what the aims to be. Yung parang mas aggressive ang nature. Kung ano nangyari kasi kanina, parang ano to, yung first 3 minutes of the game, talagang sabi ko yung goal, pinaka-early goal was the 6 minutes. Pero for me, once that
And actually, tol, no? Totoo din yung sinabi ni Wes na the comps are gamble. Early to mid, related yung ano. Pag if you fail the early game, you will fail tuloy-tuloy. If you get the lead of the early game, yung lead tuloy-tuloy. Kaya naman wala nang comeback na nangyari, no? Nung nahuli ng magkasunod si dito. I also want to stress out, siguro isa sa mga pwede rin gawing adjustments na mga Onyx would be item positions. Kanina, hindi kung paano yung trend, parang isahan sila on making your itemization, defensive itemizations comfort. It's actually an old technique na ginagawa sa mga kumpa. Pansin mo kanina, di ba? Ang MVP, si Fuse. Magic damage, right? And he's been very aggressive. He's been throwing a lot of spells here and there. Pero yun yung mga kasama niya. Yuzong, Hayabusa, 80 damage, no? Which makakamdam mo talaga kapag may choke ang kasama, no? So I think even if you are at the source of data, hindi na mag-itemize for that, no?
Kasi kung paano yung Brand, isahan sila on making your itemization, defensive itemizations. Use ang
Pinakamoy na natin, ano yung nilipo eh.
Pag sino kanina, di ba? Ang MVP,
sabihin na natin, in terms, di ba, parang
Magic damage, right? And he's been very aggressive. He's been throwing a lot of spells here and there. Pero yun yung mga kasama niya. Yuzong, Hayabusa, 80 damage, no? Which makakamdam mo talaga may choke ang kasama. No? So I think even if you are at the shoes of Jade, ang hirap na counter-itemize for that, no?
Guys, yung buong lineup ng Red at time was actually knowing dun sa sinabi ko sa beginning natin, of course, na Onyx is good doing that only. Dahil hindi kasi nakuha yung Onyx yung early rotations nila. I was really hoping na makapipag sila kagad because Roger and Cyclops to be able to deal so much damage na kaya kahit sino during the first 5 minutes, kahit lang ito na away, even that's not joy.
At ang bilis ng clear, di ba? Clear kasi fast na clear is kapag pinamalisan yung Roger ng Cyclops ni. Well, one thing's for sure, there is a demand for an adjustment. I don't think the same, like it would be begging to lose the game if Onyx wrote with the same composition that they wrote on game number 1. Kasi kanapal feel na, kahit tayo pumoto tayo ng Onyx, pero kanapal feel na yung Bren nakaisa talaga, naisahan yung Onyx doon in terms of composition and in utilizing their compositions as well. Ito lang din yung nararamdaman ko, Rob. I think you will agree with me on this. Hindi ko kulang kung iban lang yung Barca. Kasi diba, sinabi mo, interview with Lusty, may pool. May pool limitation yung Onyx. I cannot feel na kahit iban mo yung Barca kay pool. Dami pa mukha na ng Brett.
Lalo na pa ngayon na we're still on the same composition, dalawa lang yung initial months. Yung ban ng Onyx sa kahit
yung Brand nakaisa talaga, naisahan yung in terms of composition and in utilizing their compositions as well. Ito lang din yung nararamdaman ko, Rob. I think you will agree with me on this. Hindi ko kulang ang iban lang ng Barca.
parang pinasok sa
Kasi diba, sinabi mo, interview with Lusty, may pool.
naka-purify pa si Onyx.
May pool limitation yung
Wala ka na
I can't feel na kahit
Kumbaga,
iban
yun
mo
yung
yung
nangyayari
Barca
doon.
ay pool.
It's up for the tank talaga. Kaso nga lang, yung tank nila doon was pwedeng ring daanan. Diba? Nung mga direction sport. So, wala talagang complete barrier yung mga special heroes ng Onyx na talagang tinidiretso yung black holes sa backing hands.
Yeah, so I cannot be without doubt, no, on that kind of performance, especially on the use of the drag in. The flap seems to be rewarding. I'm just saying seems kasi isang game pa lang. Malalaman pa natin sa mga susunod na game. So far, so good para dito sa ipinalit nga kaya opponent. And may isa pang solution, no, naisip ko lang. What about basic in? What do you think?
talagang complete barrier yung mga
Actually, sa
sushi
Malagay,
players na on
hinihintay ko
PH
na
na talagang
maglaro ko rin
dinedeliver
yung
and
first
that
game.
easy as well with
And
inside sa mga
Yes,
players na on
yes,
somehow,
man. I kind of agree on the
Yeah,
performance, especially on the Muso. The knock easy seems to be rewarding. I'm just seeing Sims kasi game isang game pa lang.
mas aggressive in nature.
Malalaman pa natin sa mga susunod na game. So far, so good para dito sa pagdalit nga kaya Coco din. And may isa pang solution, no? Naisip ko lang. What about
Pero
basic
mapabago kasi yung default nila when basic this game.
Totoo, Rob. I cannot feel as well that they relied they give a big responsibility para kay Yak. You know, early pick on the Esmeralda was given towards Yak. I think dapat may design okay sana yung Esmeralda pick against melee heroes. Pero parang hindi na lang binigyan ng freedom basta-basta si Yak doon. At itong kagad yung Parsa, ang awkward malon bilang Esmeralda on that part. And kung si basic nandun, maybe the concentration of responsibility or offensive capacities nung Onyx dito ay ilalagay nga kay basic. No?
Totoo. I feel as well that they relied they gave a big responsibility para kay Yak. Early pick on the Esmeralda was given towards Yak. I think dapat may design okay sana yung Esmeralda pick against melee heroes. Pero hindi na lang binigyan ng freedom basta-basta si Yak. Kasi bitang kagad yung Parsa, ang awkward walang bilang Esmeralda on that part. And kung si basic lang doon, maybe the concentration of responsibility or offensive capacities ng Onyx dito would ilalagay niya kay basic. No?
Both sides is sobrang the draft is ready on its way.
And without doubt, makikita mo agad ang pangunang entrada ng band dito ng Onyx PH Parsa. Now, I got my feel. This is Brent Esports. We are talking about guys, again, sa veterano, hindi na talaga. Parang ang dali depensa ng Brent dito. And I got my feel na hindi kawalan yung Parsa pick. But sige, tingnan na lang natin ang veterano. Because right now, Onyx, yung generation na ninigurado parang sure winan yung ban ngayon. Even Flaxy, they want to also disable. Maybe that's the one that might be rewarding, no? You use yung ban against Flaxy. But what do you think, Rob? With this kind of bans ngayon, we are sure makikita natin any kasi what can they handle that?
Now, I can really feel that with this Brent Esports, we are talking about guys, again, kung sa veterano, hindi na talaga. Parang ang dali depensa ka ng Brent dito. And I got a party na hindi pa wala yung Parsa pick. But, sige, tingnan na lang natin ang binaraming plan. Because right now, Onyx, new generation na
matulog sa press
parang
at
sure win na
Sina.
yung ban ngayon.
But
Even
Brent
if
Esports is also believing on the
maybe
Kali
that's the
pick.
one that might be rewarding, no?
It has been disruptive, I think so, on the hands of Pilar and Pilar.
And with this kind of bans ngayon,
You're,
we have to
ang mahirap lang kasi we don't see that much Kali picks pa
what
in
can
the
be
to really see how this hero interacts with the other heroes being chosen in competitive. But ang key strengths, what are your expectations ngayon dito sa kamay ni Flax?
Looking forward kung siya talaga yung
on that scene.
Game 3 man taman.
Hindi ko mataga. Wala. I think so.
Check na nila. Ay, dili pa na mataga ni ato na sila sa web bracket. Oh. Ngay banggang web bracket yan. Pareha gud na sa mga Panandot tag. Oh. Ibanggang ko ano ba? Upper bracket o lower bracket.
mas mabilis yung rotation kasi
They don't want that one get ban. Actually, ang maganda dito, sila yung hawak pa yun ng Uranus. Very, very familiar talaga with that on the side of that off lane. Ang curious lang ako, so Brent talaga really wants to secure this Roger right now. They don't want to directly counter the Esmeralda, which might be a possibility pa rin naman sa side dito ng Brent Esports. So that they can answer for this Uranus. I feel like it's an easy answer against the Uranus. But, wow, that's a very good ban. Pero no use nila mayroon sa side ng Onyx PH. Now, Valier ban dito ng Onyx PH.
Dito ba
Any
yan?
guess
And I don't want
what
get
will be the
that, I don't want
approach
that one
dito,
getting banned. Actually, ang maganda
Rob,
dito on
regarding the
PH,
tax?
similar yung mga hawak ngayon ng Uranus. It's been very, very familiar talaga mga Pila pag side ng off lane. Ang curious lang ako, so brand talaga dito
Nag-isa pa eh.
to secure this Roger right now. Dalawa ko talaga
Nag-isa
is
pa
na
to.
which might be a possibility pa rin naman sa side dito ng brand esports. So that they can answer for this Uranus. I feel like it's an easy answer against the Uranus. But wow, that's a very good ban. Pero Loya is still available sa side ng OniPH. Valier ban dito ng OniPH. Any guess, what will be the approach dito regarding the tax ng side?
My best bet for this one, if you are on page, pwede kang mag-support show talaga. Pero I think it was Lusty rolling on that one kasi nga, di ba? He's comfortable in playing that on the tank. And Iyak no plays too. So I think it's a 2 my Venus hero. Yun ang hanap ngayon. If we are actually basing it on the notes, ewan ko, my Venus doesn't seem to be a player that prefers being using PNK. They went for something safe. They went for the dams na lang talaga with the meta. And just sabi natin, parang wala na rin available option for Loy. And it does look like Onyx Page just pick whatever is available na lang din for the effective pool of heroes. And there's an opportunity now for Brent. There's even an opportunity for Brent now to counter.
Is comfortable in playing that on the back row. And Iyak no plays to it. So I think it's an my Venus hero. Yun ang hinahanap ngayon. If we are actually basing it on the notes, my Venus doesn't seem to be a player that prefers
against the other.
using PNK.
Kung magkaroon man ng Hilda or Tams matchup. But the strength Hilda is of the rotation. So bilis na ang respond. And yung big breakers na dapat yung maganda kay Hilda dito. Ang wala kailangan pagdan if you are a Hilda is not to really overstay your welcome.
There's even opportunity for Blend now to counter.
Definitely. And I guess basically it's gonna be the same sides, Gato, Ratchet, most of the time. So most likely gonna be taken as Muslim probably.
For that play. And medyo hindi naman heavy counter talaga. Yung pag nagkaroon ka ng parang may isang lamang yung sa against the other. Kung magkaroon na ng Hilda or smash up. But the strength Hilda is on the rotation. Ang bilis ka respond eh.
Nabago yung setup.
And yung because na ang maganda kaya ng Hilda dito. Ang mo na kailangan magkaya if you are a Hilda is not to really overstay your welcome.
In terms of rotation, of course, you're racing something that pwede
So basically, there's going to be same sides that Kasha is from the carry. So most likely gonna be
Sa akin naman, actually on my like personal analysis, I'm leaning now more on the Onyx Page. I feel like they have the better composition na talaga. Those slow heroes, they have quite high pressure heroes in the form of the Uranus din. Diba? But Loy is actually very effective. Ang inaalala ko lang is paano maprotektahan effectively yung YSS. Kung may freedom pa para sa YSS, I can mag-build na kulang yata yung mag-protekta para doon sa YSS. And there's a lot for anyone to dive against the YSS. Katot Kachi is actually very effective. Once nag-traceless yung YSS palapit, pwede ka lang mag-taunt eh. Against that Jisoo. And I think malaki naman mag-disable sa Brent yung mga nawalang pick sa kanila kanina. In the form of the Marsa, I feel like mas may madali ko lang pa rin si Yuzong kumpara kay Hilda, di ba? So, piling ko mas okay na ngayon ang kulma ng Onyx Page.
Paano maprotektahan effectively din yung YSS, kung may freedom ba para sa YSS, ay cut up kill na walang yata yung pang-protekta para doon sa YSS. And there's a lot for anyone to dive against the YSS. Gatot Kachi is actually very effective. Once na-traceless yung YSS palapit, pwede ka lang mag-taunt eh.
Emphasize now is si Yak nung nanahawag si Uranus ngayon.
And I think malaki naman deep ang disable sa Brent. Yung mga nawalan sa kanila kanina. In the form of the Parsa, I feel like mas may madali ko lang pa rin si Yuzong kung kay Hilda, di ba? So, piling ko mas okay na rin ang huli ng
May delay. I think that's quite rewarding. And actually, di pa tapos Jay will jump. Tries to go in. Inalmag lamang nila Lusty dito. So, everyone is still very much willing to take early gambles in this game, no?
kaagad, nagkuha kaagad yung
Gusto ko yung pagiging aggressive dito ng Onyx PH. Kasi kanina, parang they're just waiting. Parang a very good opening. Pero ito ngayon, they are the one who's being aggressive. Pero yun, the arrow will connect on all my minutes.
Napakabilis. Even Lasty went for the flicker just so to get the kill to my Venus. But few messes up his dive. There is the trap though. At may naisama naman sa langit dito si Maring View. Maring Lance, picking up langit din nagagalit na Spanska. Mountain Shocker stops Bren Esports in responding to back up on View. Grabe, tol. Feeling kaya lumaban talaga. Parang hindi natalo sa Team 1 yung Optic PH dito.
Mas minute dito yung laro ng Onyx PH. This is actually the Onyx PH that we're used to see. Ng early game pa lang, early stages of the game pa lang, ramdam mo na kagad yung presence.
Pero threatening din yan. Even for the backline, tapos Lost is very much willing to follow up on that. You're willing to burn the flicker. And oh my Venus needs to be careful kasi, ayun o, ang bilis! Nag-follow up ng Brent yun. Walang Mountain Shocker for that part, para talaga mapigilan. And alam mo yun, mapapali ka na nga, malilingon na kagad ng Brent. But the problem here is, mag-clean up na rin. Mga member dito ng Onyx PH, Cyclone Eye, pinikap ka agad. Dito ni Flapsy para maiwasan pumatay, pero speaking of patay, meron masyadong malalim.
Grabe yung pasok talaga nila dito, ladies and gentlemen. Pero 1v1 here on the top lane, kaya niyang i-sustain talaga yung tapos. So ito, medyo back and forth yung laban natin yun. Yes, it's all about paano nila mapipick up dito. If for friends, they have to find a way na mapick up dito si Wise.
Tinagal disconnected kanina. There's a border in this we are not conditioning. Iba rin men, the arrows keeps on hitting actually very high pressure pero mukhang hindi na ganun kalinis yung follow-up ngayon na nagagawa kay View. This is a very heated fight. Like early to mid na naman yata yung books o minamata nila. No? Like, reach the scaling man, take the fights that you can. Even Flapsy, you're getting one so early. And it does look like Onyx PH is giving Brand a piece of their own admission that they did. Kaninang game 1.
To find a way na mag-pick up dito si Wise.
Grabe yung aggression na pinapakita dito. Ng Onyx PH. They really tried it. Physical bump.
Grabe yung away as they don't stop there. That's gonna be the youngest person coming in from OMIBC. Para nga lang dito na pinapatagin ni Maring J. And that's it. Dilar will be tagged. Kami yung tao yung Abisalaro dito. Went for the back. That's solely na completing the kill. And there goes OMIB ng front. Nakagod na ginawa ng Roger dito. Pero kapag sinalipad si OMIB after the dispersion gets the kill onto the Roger. As J here will be killed as well by View. That's easy. Pero that's it. Ang overall trade 4-for-2 exchange mo ang nakalimutan huminga doon ng Onyx PH because Brent was able to answer back very quickly. Look at the goal lead here. 500. Napaka-equal.
Ticket na ticket na Maring J. Ang medyo nag-first day na rin si Juan talaga si Onyx doon sa pag-hit.
Gano'ng mag-isip ang dalawa. Considering the composition as a Uranus, where in your side lane would have been a very strong lane sana.
Mas na mo nga yung presence ng Uranus sa other Uranus players. Pero itong Uranus natin dito talaga was actually joining all lines.
They're totally listening. Do you think Rob, they need to switch their playstyle here? Instead of being too aggressive?
I guess they have to give up the pace.
Naku, grabe yan. Inyang reaction. Napakalinis ng pull-out dito ni Oh My Venus. Pero yung engage talaga ng Brent. Pag nakakuha sila ng momentum, they will continue the push. But Dilar was wise now. He went for the side.
Tama na yung mga pakikipag-away ng maaga against Brent. May point sa akin kasi this is very nostalgic on that season ng MPL. Kung mapapansin mo dito, Brent Esports, hindi nila masyadong focus si Wise. They're really going against my teams.
Yeah, yes.
Now, which is isa sa naging part of the Champions League that was MPL Season 4 na Estes run na pagka pinapasok na namin, they cancel the extra time, then they go against Oh My Venus. Kumbaga, si Oh My Venus yung pinupuli lang nila dito and the rest will actually fall apart.
I kind of feel na parang Oh My Venus is trying to aggressive compared to the capacities of his hero. Again, maybe this is already running in importance here. But although this is a very bloody fight, at na-exchange naman yun ng Onyx ni still, parang compared to other supports nakikita mo ibang i-approach ni Dream, but DJ mas control si But DJ Pero hindi mo rin masabi hindi aggressive si DJ dito. Speaking of Jay, Jay here, getting clamped on by Lusty, hindi pa naman matutulog yan. But right now, I don't feel na nakaka-establish na naman ulit ng map control dito yung trend, no? Round.
Oo. Actually, it was the first 3 minutes was about Onyx getting run, having ready for the run na Onyx. Pero ngayon, napalitan siya because of the overstay on sa may orange ito na nararamdaman na yung aggressiveness na ginagawa ng yung ganagin partner and the YSS.
That's very dangerous kasi ano yan bounty. No? And that's the main part getting removed. Tapos on the side lane, so Bren Esport is also getting thirds for themselves. And there is no answer mula dito sa Onyx Page. The fight carries on. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Jay here, I cannot think they're taking separate fights here. Dali si Oh My Venus, sinisipatan kagad ni Ripo talaga. Napakabilis. They will go for the top? No, not anymore. Avatar of Dragon gets off for that. Pero ayun na yun mga kaibigan. Right now, eto na ulit na naman siguro yung 5.3 ahead of Bren. Taking control.
Medyo, ito to be honest na medyo mahihirapan dito sa mga Onyx PH in terms of map control. Kasi mas on the side lane, Bren Esport also getting and the only thing that they could be able to pull off is probably Jay could get a good Wheel Dragon in, for example, like I guess Cartis and you are the only one that can be able to get as fast as I can first now to as fast as you
And, kung sakali man, para sa iyo, what you think? You mentioned yung sa kapag in terms of map control, but you think, no, there's the capacity pa rin if you are accounting for the YSS, no? What about scaling? What are your thoughts on the scaling?
Scaling up, no, definitely go for Bren Esport on this one because even the Hilda could be able to get so much damage even the way they mag-hold the wave mage item just to use the Lusty
Yeah, that's massive mga kaibigan. At nahuli na rin yung Season Jinx, so maybe forget about scaling kung yung carry nyo naman nawawala lang. Rico sa may pinakaharapan, and siguro may gusto ginawa dyan. Dito sa may daan, Jay, iyak no body blocking that. Pero ang kulang na
para sa iyo, you mentioned yung sa kapag sa map control, but you think, no? There's a capacity pa rin
kanina po si Rico nakaka-versus si Flapsing hindi umaaray as Iron Fist. Napisal Arrow Ring yung siya ginawa dito nila. And here comes Starzy. Sumigaw na, pero hindi ko dun sa pansa ang magplata rin sarili. They just went for the push on this mid lane inhibitors.
Actually, tamang-tama. Hindi talaga sinip sa damage. Because nung nawala si White, the only damage na they could be able to pull off from the pero as a rookie player, ang hirap i-pull off yung duality passive mo kung wala pumaharap. So, Jay could be able to tank as much as yung usual tanker nila like the Arnas, yung Arnas na tiro. And Iyakno is like almost the same as what the Basha is here.
For this case, no? Pero at least may magandang regeneration pa rin yung Praglas Yung uptime niya laging nandiyan. Whenever you get skilling, you can easily translate to an objective. Even some little pressure in your main dahil ato sa regeneration yan. Pero in team fights parang alam mo yun, lamang sa damage ngayon ng Brent. Even with Wise on, again about heal, no? Kasi may tumatamang araw pa rin pero ayun lang. Bilis nun
It's something that they have to take it. I mean, sobrang laki ng pag-heal na ng easy and there's gonna be a chance for them to take this level 1 Lord.
Okay, maganda to. The Lord secured the members of the team on page, pero at what cost? Maybe everything, maalam yung roger lang din. Wala na mga guys dito because the Eastern Shin will also be goodbye. Tapos dito mas dito patay down to Rabisal Arrow na sino leader ni Review. Dito na makikita talaga si Nina Review. Pero kasi dito lang doon, pasok si Yakno, 2-man, or focus dyan. At of course, lalayo na lamang sa leader. I think wala naman ang objective. Actually, pinagpapresyon na lang si Yakno, pero sabi nila, alis na kayo, alis na kayo.
Pero tama,
Kaya kaya nila ko. Well, alam mo calculated na pa.
kaya pa, even with Flax, well, item siya dito, like a Albert, kaya nila yung range.
Mas mayroon na si Yakno at may damage na lang dyan, Robin, That is gonna be a big trio for the members dito ng Onyx Page. Pero ginawa ni Nilar, Nakalimutan niya yung hatang si Active Mauna. I think hindi naman kailangan sana mapabilig ko basta si Dilar, no? Well, they're just gonna go here for the mid-lane side. Again, the Lord pushing on the inhibitor turret, but it's quite expected naman para makakuha ng push. Wala ako ng bawi, no? Ang inakala natin scaling si Yushin, kay Iyak no napunta, no?
Baga, si ang maganda rito for the side of Onyx is wala pang isa from Rangers for to be able to bring him down. Siguro they will be able to burst him once tamaan siguro ng mana and a good chunk of damage na magagaling ng cash captains. Kaya aside from that, kayang i-resist sa kanila na pinapatuloy.
Huwag din mo matulungan, eh, no? Huwag din mo matulungan. Tsaka, ito lang, maybe they can capitalize kapag masyadong malalim si Iyak. Kasi hindi makapollow up yung teammates na importante pa rin. I think Iyak should be mindful na hindi lang siya pwedeng basta-basta pumasok. Kailangan na pa-follow up at so may sense yung pasok niya pa rin, no?
Oo. Grabe, no? Talagang ito yung masasabi mo, the tables have turned dito sa laban na ito.
Flip stable, eh. Well, now, kanina inaakap natin yung top map dito ng Onyx PH and does look like mga clubs already established. And it also the comeback possibility na rin.
Possibly, we have to itemize at least dito para kay Iyak kasi yung over, pero so hindi mangyari sa long
Jerry pa naman, pinuls ay doon mula sa Avatar of Guardian na makakalap yung isang binagsakan ba? Binagsakan ka. Isang palutong na gatot ka dyan. Pero ito, unang ang meron sila. Hindi damage. Kita mo, umaray kami from the AOE. Off the milis from the Hilda. Buti na lang natuluyan yung Hilda. Naka-late pa si Dilar because nakuha na. Panyang counter ang Inferno. Habol pa dito. May belang pang ginawa si Iyak. This game, number 2 might be it. Might be put into the pocket of the members of Onyx PH na nagkikigil. Makabawi.
Sabi, no? Ito yung naging parang saving grace nila dito. The Yoselino skills. The damage na magagaling dito for the Brand Esports is mostly melee. And kaya mas lalo na nakakapag-kill dito ang isang team.
Onyx PH and does look like the comeback is already established. And it also the comeback possibility.
Actually, looking forward on the reveal of the itemizations dito pagdating sa possibility of 1-1. We have a game 3. Sulit ang gabi at mga manonood. It's gonna be a victory for Onyx PH.
Sabi, ladies and gentlemen, that was very unexpected. I mean, Brand Esports already had a game on the mid game, pero just one champion, just one hero ng Onyx PH na have turned everything around para sa side ng Onyx PH.
Sulit eh, no?
Yung mga heroes nila kita nila, technically lahat sila nagiging hili kasi si Few, they have to change it with WK4, diba? Mga ganon.
Sulit yung ban. Sulit yung ban sa Yuzong. Sulit yung ban sa Barca. Pinantin yung Esmeralda eh. Okay. At yung textbook eh. Pag may Uranus ka, simulan yung Barca. Uranus is ayaw ka. Ganun din lang. But of course, I'm really excited to see the insights ng ating analyst at yung paring Wolf kasi piling ko mas may maganda talaga siya dito. I'm excited pa kasi we have a game 3 guys. Sulit na sulit nga. MPLP
Sulit ang gabi at mga manonood. It's gonna be a victory for Onyx PH.
Karang tagsa mga tendera ba na mga agents?
No,
Isa yung wala dapat na
music and games can only be as good as your network speed and strength. Slow means game. Means fastest mobile data network means game changing. Choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this gig of life? Simple and smart.
Mga ganon.
Hindi touch pre, hindi touch.
Sulit yung ban sa Yuzong. Sulit yung ban sa Barca.
Are you game to be racing? Now you can. With the new Sport Gigabytes 99. Get 1 gig data all day, every day. From Mobile Legends and more. Game to be great with Sport Gigabytes 99.
MPLP Season 6 will be back after this.
The way you live your life The time is a element that you choose.
Wilipin yung
Movies,
number
music,
may
and games can only be as good as your network speed and strength.
how they rap.
Slow
It has
means
in
game
number
over.
trying to break it down.
Philippines
I
wants
think that
downloading a
it's
network means
classic
game
like awesome
changing. Choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this bigger life? Bigger life?
these items
Smart
we're seeing right now are indicative of many factors. Game number one, manual and setup. First, at first, setup ang parang and on the itself, JKR the support is standard and the way they pick it up instead of support. But if you look at Brent, dito natin nakikita ang transition ng idol back. And honestly, nagpapalitan na sila ng roles. Rico will take the command before while CP plays as a support with Dusty on the shield as you can see the other mass na upgraded here. I think that it's important to take note na Hilda, when we theory crafted it before MPL Season 6, inisip natin Hilda is a valid quality.
I think that this is a classic
But
dichotomy,
Dusty
or
picked it up as a
comparison
support
natin.
because
Ang
Hilda
early game and late game. Do take note that
honestly, I
these
thought that
items that
Hilda
we're
was
seeing
the
now are indicative
go up
of
against
many
Reynos
factors.
Snaps.
In game
Ba't
number
ko
1,
nasabi?
one
Kasi
mask
ang
setup
Hilda ay
per team.
on damage out
And
ng
here,
ibang
bakit kayo
heroes ay
nag-mask
medyo
setup
di
ang
mabagal.
Balestra
Hilda is a big burst.
Look
And
at
it's great
on page
versus
of only
sustain heroes.
in
Like
JDR
Reynos
and the
Snaps,
supports.
mapatay
And
mo
this
agad
is
sila.
standard, and
You're
the
good.
way they picked it up is
However, dahil
tank
medyo
and then
supportive
the
ko
support.
rin si Dusty,
But if you
walang
look at
bigla
Red
ng damage
Esports,
out
dito
of
na natin
the ring
makikita
natin.
ang transition ng
This
idol
is a
na
13-minute
na si
game
Q.
where the
And
orange buffs are
honestly, nagpapalitan na
almost
sila
equal, but also
ng roles.
almost
Rigo,
equal.
when
But you
playing
can
as
see
a character is a
Turtles
4,
played
while
one
CP plays as a
abuse
support
and yung
with
isa naman
Dusty on
napunta
the shield, as
sa
you can see the
isang
other
Lord
mask
naman ay
na
napunta
upgraded
sa
here.
Onyx Cage.
I think that it's
Maybe we
important
can
to take
get
note
to see the
na
highlights.
Hilda,
We can
when we feel
notice
crafted
paano
before
nakakuha
NPL Season
biglaan
6,
ang
inisip
Onyx
natin
Cage
Hilda
yung
is
isang
a
malupit
valid
na Turtle
upgrade
Steel
first
using the
time
Yisachin
but
ultimate as we look into the smart
Dusty
highlights of
picked it
the
up
game.
as a support, which is
Pretty even,
Hilda.
honestly,
Nowadays,
in the early
Dusty
stages.
played
Palitan
as a
lang, I
support.
think we came to the
Honestly, I
point
thought
where
that Hilda was
even
drafted
sa
to go up against
12,000
Uranus
gold
and
or
Thames.
gold,
And back to the
even
saddle,
when there's a
kasi
big
ang
kill
iba
advantage
ay
for Onyx Cage,
damage
the Brent
ng
Esports is
ibang
cannot
heroes
go
ay
back when
medyo
it
di
comes
mabagal.
to
Hilda
those
is a big
takeoffs.
burst.
Recognize natin sa
It is
Selena.
great
This
versus
is the first
sustained
turtle
heroes.
fight
Like
which
Uranus and
went
Thames,
in favor of Brent
mapapatayin agad sila,
Esports.
you're good.
And at this moment, ito
However,
is Brent
dahil medyo
Esports
supportive role
having
sila
the lead right now,
tinulang bigla ng
specifically because
damage
they also
after
have the
the
Roger.
turn.
We skipped the part where
This
if
is
you
a
see Wise
30-minute
using the
game
ultimate,
where
the
the
mountain
orange
charger,
buffs
this
are
Yisachin was able to
almost
steal
equal,
the
the
second
turtles
turtle.
also
But
almost
what I like
equal.
about Onyx
But you
Cage
can
is
see
nakuha
turtles
sila ng
slayed
mas
one
importanteng
apiece.
objective,
And
which
yung
was
isa naman
gold. And it
napunta
kind of gave them
sa
the advantage.
isang
This
Lord
time,
naman ay
Brent
napunta sa
Esports naman,
Onyx
they
Cage.
took down Wise
Maybe we can
before
get
this
to see
last
the
hit
highlights.
na
We can
actually no
notice
team
kung
na
paano
nakaka-ignore
nakakuha
nung carry ng
biglaan
kalaban.
ang
Siyempre,
Onyx
lalaban
Cage
ka, di ba?
ng
But
isang
Onyx
malupit
Cage was so
na turtle
prepared. I
steal
think the
using the
waves
Yisachin
were
ultimate
already
as we look
available
into
para kay
the smart
Pilar at this
highlights
moment.
of the
So
game.
imagine,
Pretty even, honestly,
Brent
in
Esports,
the
nakita
early
nila
stages.
Wise is
Palitan
dead,
lang. I think
naghabol
we
sila,
came to a point
and
where
the
even
nature of
sa
teams
12,000
na
gold
hinahabol
for
is
both teams,
na
even when
nakahabol
there's
is
like a big
mag-group up
kill
sila
advantage for
eventually.
Onyx Cage,
And
and
unfortunately, the
Esports
AoE
is
damage
kinda
coming
holding
out from
back
the
when it comes
Uranus
to
as well
those
as this
takeoffs. Like the
Thames,
damage sa Selena.
tapos
This
coupled
is
up with
the
the
first
stage
turtle
and
fight
the
which
patay
went
ka
in favor of Red
they were
Esports.
unstoppable.
And
There was
at
a
this moment,
time where it was
makapaisip
a
ako,
5v
Red
fight or
Esports
4v
having
fight.
the lead right now,
And
specifically because they
Philippines
also have
went
the
in favor
Roger.
of the
We
Thames
skipped the
and the
part
Uranus.
wherein yung si
Yaku,
Wise using the ultimate, the
our
mountain
MVP
tower, this
of the game,
Yisachin was
1-0
able to
and
steal the
7
second
by
turtle. But
prioritizing
what
the
I like
Oracle
about
as well
Onyx
for
Cage is nakuha
additional
sila ng mas
regeneration. And I think that
importanteng objective,
yung
which was the
mga
Lord.
breaks
And
of the
it
game
kind of
dito
gave
for
them the
game number
advantage.
2
This time,
is the
Red
fact na
Esports
nakuha
naman,
yung
they
second
took down
turtle
Wise
ng
before
Onyx
this
Cage
match.
when it really
Na
was
actually,
a free dapat para sa Brent Esports. And
Siyempre,
depending
laban
on
ka,
it
di
if
ba?
you're playing
Kung
the
Onyx
Roger,
was
right?
so
So
prepared. And
Roger
Pika
needs to
Freeze
snowball
wins
and
are
that's what
already
he stopped.
available
And the second break of the game is the fact that the Lord
So
and other
imagine,
bigger objectives
Brent
were
Esports,
secured
ito
by
nila,
Onyx
Wise is
Cage.
dead,
and the Blast Slash is the name of the
And
coffee
the
brand
nature
is
of
King number 2.
team na
We
hinahabol
will
is
be going
ang
to the King number
nakahabol
2
is
briefing
mag-group
soon,
up
but
sila
before that,
eventually.
why don't
And
we look
unfortunately, the
at
AoE
the
damage
recent
coming out
responses
from the
of
Uranus
our
as well as
of
this
our community
fans.
sa usapang
Tapos
game.
couple it up with
Again
the
guys,
sustain and the
if
fact
you're
na pag
interested
may
kung
hirap,
paano ba
they were
makapag-comment para
unstoppable.
sa
There was a time
usapang
where it was
MPL,
a
just search
5v2
for the
fight
hashtag
or a 4v2
MPL is
fight
back or go there
And
to the
it really did
posted
went in
on
favor
live
of the
stream.
fans and the
And leave a
viewers.
caption,
Yakult,
comment, answering
our
this stop
MVP
or
of the
chance
game
to
for
hit.
0 and 7.
You already mentioned kanina
Recognizing the
nung
Oracle as well for
napili natin mga
additional
comments.
lead generation. And the fact that
Three more to go.
yung mga breaks of the game
Kay
dito for
Ed
game
Mon
number 2
Reviewer,
is the
nanonood
fact
ako
na
ng
nakuha
MPLs
yung
mula pa
second
nung
third
season 1.
ng Onyx
Nanonood ako
Page
kasama
when
ng
it
mga
really
boss.
was
Sarap
a
manood.
free
Pag kaya kayo ng bayan,
para
instant
sa
may
Brent
pagkain.
Esports.
Yun nga,
And
parang
depending on the
it's
playing
very nice to
right?
watch.
So Roger needs to snowball and that's what they stop.
Pero
And the second break of the game is the fact that the Lord another bigger objectives were secured by
one-side defense.
Page.
But
And that last
obviously,
flash is the
well,
name,
again,
the
tayo
top
ngayon ng
of the
COVID.
game.
Ang
Number 2.
advantage
We
is
will
kasama
be
natin yung pamilya natin
pretty
manood
soon.
ng
But
MPL.
before
And I
that,
think
why
that's
don't
great
we
para
look
malaman
at
din ng
the
mga
recent
kapatid natin kung
responses
ba
of
yung
our
enjoy natin.
community.
Okay,
And
si Kilo
again guys,
yan, nanonood ako ng
if you're
MPL.
interested kung paano ba makapag-comment para sa
Walang kasama kasi
pagsama
mas
MPL, just
hindi
search
ako
the hashtag MPL
stats
is back
kapag walang
or
side
go there
effects,
to the
diba?
link
Interesting
posted
kasi
on today's live stream.
may
And
minsan may
leave a
mga
caption, comment, answering this week's topic
unsolicited
for a chance to
na
win
opinion.
games.
Ibang tao,
We
but
already
sa
mentioned kanina yung tatlong opinion
mahal
natin
sa
mga
kaya
comments, but
nakakita lang
we
natin
also have 3 more to go.
yeah, at least you get to enjoy it.
Kay Ed Maki.
Last couple years.
Maki Moy.
Season 1.
Nanonood ako ng MPL
Wala
lang
kasama ng
season
kapatid ko.
4.
Sobrang
Nanonood ako kasama ang
kaya
kasukan
sa
ko dahil
instant
sa
may pagkain.
napakagandang mga laban.
It's
Kami
really
ng
nice to
mga
watch.
bako. So it's great actually. If you have a spot, if you're
Ako personally, mas prefer ko one live sa on-site events. But
watch
obviously, you get what you can. So tayo ngayon na COVID, ang advantage is kasama natin yung pamilya natin.
Mag-solo ka?
And I think that's great. Para malaman din mga kapatid natin kung ano ba yung behavior natin.
Pakagaling ko. Andito na si Maki. Si Maki pa nga. Mazap, mga mananap.
First one.
Kung minsan may mga unsolicited
May dalawa.
ibang tao, but sometimes it's great to enjoy it.
Putik.
Maayos lang kayo nakakailangan yung community. So, yeah, at least you get to enjoy it. Congratulations. Last comment
Dami
is
yan.
to Hector Allen. Nanonood ako natin mula pa ng season 4. Ngayon, nanonood ako kasama ang ka-sport
Tara na ka na, Lodi.
napakagandang mga laban, makakala mo rin kami ng mga passes. So it's great actually, if you have a spot, if you're
Unong sila kinalain na sir.
rank up or kung gusto mo talaga mag-go, this is the
Lain
chance
dyan,
for you guys to watch MPL or ML at the highest level. At syempre, ibibigay namin sa atin ang MPL. The best in the business, or at least the best in the country. Kung gusto playing mobile, let's play now. Para sa MPL. And
Para sa MPL.
what a great start by the way. As we kick off the
Season 1,
then again,
well,
aside from
eto,
that,
dito tayo ngayon sa Season 5, and still the quality of games of MPL never drops. It just gets better and better. At para sa ating unang laro na karating tayo sa isang game, number 15, a very heated fight. Para sa akin nga, parang alangalan pa 2-0 tayo dito eh. No? Dito sa dalawang team. It's very nice to know na nakakababa tayo ng game number 3 kasi parang hindi natin easily na dismiss yung isang team as mas malakas or mas mahina compared sa kabila kapag yung series nila nagkakakalmutan, nagkakasugatan kaagad sila.
Oo.
Actually, yung yung game number 2 talagang back and forth na yung nangyari. Parang is what was about Onyx PH getting the ahead. First 3 minutes, and suddenly, nabaliktad ang Brennan all throughout na parang sila na yung commanding lead, but just with one hero, Iyak. May part din sa akin na nanay, nagulat yung Bren eh. Meron nga palang Uranus. And I think the item na Deadly Blade was very too late for the size ng Ninong Talent. I think binili lang nila yung Deadly Blade the time na hindi nakikita na nilang tinatayuan na lang sila ng isang Uranus.
And the thing is, talagang when this comes in this type of against this type of high pressure heroes talaga, you need to be very wise with your itemizations. Lalo pa when it's not yet too late kasi naka-establish talaga ng malaking lead doon si Iyak by the moment na walang naka-anti-heal item para sa kanya, hindi pa kaagad up yung Deadly Blade. Now, dito tayo ngayon sa game number 3, Rob, no? Tama yung hula natin kanina na mababad kung ano yung mga headline heroes ng game number 1. Cannot but feel na ang simple lang din ang formula, iban mo lang na ulit yung headline heroes ng game number 2. Any guess, any insights regarding the game day adjustments dito? Not just ng Bren, but also of Onyx.
Saan siguro for the side of Onyx, they have to stay with Jay. Para sa akin kasi Jay was very aggressive during the early stages. Kung bakit umabot doon sa part na lumakas si Iyakno, even Wise YSS is very astonishing dun sa mga laban. Kahit medyo napipick off siya, even may Venus na siya yung talagang pinapasok for Bren. I guess they really have to put Jay into a position na aggressive, na wag nilang ibalik katulad ng game number 1, which is the Basha na medyo passive, na parang they've just been waiting na pasukin sila.
Ex-deal na yung Basha talaga eh. No?
For the side naman siguro ng Bren, I think that game number 2 it was a game to lose for them. Before it, sorry, kasi I was looking at nung analysis ni Wolf, it was Lusty na have already built 2 core items on his Hilda, na supposedly the second item could probably be a Deadly Blade. Na masyadong na-late na yung anti-regen nilang item, which is to the point na hindi na nakapag-farm yung mga specific heroes na dapat meron nun.
Yes. Right now parang dito sa MPL normally sa mga parang semi-pro tournament, no? Comp lang yung titingnan mo. Composition lang talaga yung titingnan mo with regards to the results of the game. But dito sa MPL, maybe with the help na rin kasi syempre ng ating analyst nga, ang high impact ng item, no? And the timings of the item. Hindi lang basta, pwedeng nagka-item ka nga, no? Pero masyado nang late. Ano ba yun? Kunyari parang kang nagka-aircon. Pero December na. Mga gano'n.
Kasi yung part na yung time na nag-shine si Iyakno, parang sobrang liit ng time frame to be able for the heroes ng Bren Esports na mag-build up ng item. It's only the Khalid who been able to do so kasi siya yung talagang nagpa-farm. Pero aside from the other, I think it was the Hilda could probably have another one. And one thing is wala silang mage that time. Meron sila, it was a single target. That was few. So circumstantial pa kung tatama yung arrow and as well with the trap.
Not to mention the RIP. Actually, RIP, no? Ngayon ko lang ginamit yung term na yan. Pero ang tagal na yan sa Mobile Legends, no? Yung RIP, basically, yung sustained damage, yung anti-tank, no? They get na Roger, yes, they get na Roger. Pero if you compare to a 1-1, to a carry, no? Iba. But of course, alam naman natin kung paano nag-fall off talaga yung mga ganitong classic picks. We already have the draft running in. Meron lang akong gustong mahingi rin yung opinion mo dito, Rob, no? Iba yung naging impact ng low pull talaga ng tank ngayon, no? Lasting, tingnan mo si Lasting. Naka-Cho, naka-Hilda. Just because we are only relegated to three very viable tanks right now in the form of the Uranus. Yung isa, side lane pa eh. In the form of the Uranus, Atlas, and Kufra. Makikita mo, no, nagre-reflect to sa draft ng mga super tank users natin, no, tulad ni Lasting.
Parang Lusty kasi is a very well-known crack. Tapos during their time sa mga, like on the SEA Games, parang mga hero, mga like Basha, yung talagang mga tanky. No tanky heroes na talagang could be able to stand in front of your team. So ngayon kasi medyo nabago eh. Yung hero natin in terms of tank, mostly mobility, mostly with the one with the crowd control. The only tanky heroes na gamit was, aside from the Atlas and the Kufra, was Basha nga. Which is somehow hindi nagkaroon ng impact during the game number 1 for Onyx PH. Pero I'm really surprised that the Khalid all throughout 3 games never missed a single one.
Yes, very interesting on that part. Even, nakaban naman yung Yuzok dito. Pero as a first big priority on Brent, with a Farsa open, and we know how View has been stellar on that, with a Kufra open. With this trade, Khalid is starting to become strong. But siguro parang, siyempre mag-i-stick tayo dun sa mga talagang established info na natin eh, na malakas na pick pa rin ang Farsa at napakalakas na tank pa rin ng Kufra, no? Uranus.
Parang ino-open talaga nila eh for them.
Open na kami, no?
Inisip ko kung if it's gonna be enough. Kasi kanina for Red Esports, they don't have like a specific AOE mage that could be able to deal and of course, my Venus first item. Kundi first, can be probably the second item niya dito gonna be the necklace of Torrance.
Necklace na yan. Necklace na yan.
And let alone, meron pa sila ulit Roger dito. I think Onyx PH is very, very strong on the early stages of the game compared to Bren. Medyo nabaliktad ngayon, no? Yung sustainability na ginawa na lineup ng Onyx PH during game number 1, medyo napunta sa Bren Esports. Ang meron lang siguro silang difference was the initiation na coming from this choke.
And of course, they can still play it for the support, no? Itong show natin. Link will be removed. Actually, yung mga pang-pick-offs yata. Kasi mapapasin mo, hindi nagbago rin yung playstyle ng Brent from game number 1, game number 2. They keep on punishing my Venus, no? On that Farsa. And on my Venus, herself, no? So, there is the priority ngayon din, even with the draft, because it's Farsa na pinangahawakan ni my Venus dito. But they removed Del-R. They're now eyeing the side dates dito. No? And I think they want really establish this Khalid to be a high impact sa composition yata ng Brent. Yun nga tinitignan ng Brent. Ang tanong ngayon, ano ang magiging main core ng Brent dito?
If they were still gonna go for like a high up sa pick what they did on game number 1. Yung mga part or even well, YSS says remove export will be there for Onyx PH. Yun yung iniisip ko eh. It's gonna be Lancelot still gonna be open pa rin naman for this side. It's either of the two eh. Haya or Lancelot. The only one there wala sila dito is definitely a mage or at least a support role on the side. Well, Louis is still there.
Yeah, they could actually, I'm not sure about the Valier, pero Loyi is still there. I think mas okay yata yung Loyi for this situation. Para dito kay Brent. If I'm not mistaken, they could still have that Chobi attack. Then yung utility support nga nila ay yung Loyi. Onyx,
Makakita ng
Anil is good on Onyx side. Ang problema, may Farsa na nga eh. So, Loyi na nga yung Brent. Kailangan na lang ng Onyx dito would be
another side lane.
Another side lane. They have their
Actually, Hilda is open for this game. Hilda is open, even Gato Kacha if they're actually been using this one. But I think
maganda Gato Kacha eh, no?
I'm really eyeing for Hilda rito, for the last pick dito ng Onyx Edge. Kasi mas aggressive yung paso kasi ng Hilda. Kasi pagka naglagay ka ng isang hero like can export would be only staying in. Pag naglagay ka ng isa pang passive hero on the side, medyo bitin eh. Bitin yung, of course, the three heroes dito, Farsa, Roger, and Kufra will be the one to do the rotation. Pero pag meron ka isa pang hero like mobile as Hilda, magkakaroon ka ng 4-1 eh. In terms mo eh, di ba? Pagka na-clear mo yung wave nung sa Hilda, you will be able to move towards or at least invade. But an Esmeralda, so of course, I'm wrong with that one.
Kasi Uranus din eh. So, gano'n na lang talaga din yung tingnan nila. We're looking for an Iakno hero. Although Iakno did struggle on game number 1. Maybe, just maybe, it'll be a different story. Kasi yung Farsa, wala na ngayon. Wala na kay View, nasa side na ngayon ng Onyx. So, that might be one ray of hope dito para sa Onyx PH. Pero still, ang hirap pa rin
Looking for this one. Pero, siguro, I would really go for Brent Esports for this one. I'm looking this for the Lancelot pick eh. Ito kasi, Forza will be so good on game number 1 for the side dito ng Brent Esports ng time na yun kasi walang pumapasok doon sa Forza. Pero this time around, Brent Esports do have this Lancelot that can be able to dash in and probably burst down the Forza.
Punish my Venus. Well, I'm actually just basing it on the draft and based on the performance. I feel like they still have an equal draft here. Pero feeling ko nakuha ng Onyx yung gap nila. So siguro that's one deal breaker that I would say. I would account for the momentum na lang din. So it's kind of a variety pick pero I would put my vote as well na dito. For Onyx naman. No? So let's go 1-for-1 on the vote here. Ang ganda rin. I mean, I'm sure sa chat, split din yung decision ng chat dyan, no?
Oo.
For the fans of this. Eto na. Got game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, Bren Esports versus Onyx PH. Who will take the very first victory ng ating regular season?
Oo, yun ang pinakamalaking tanong dito, ladies and gentlemen. Pero yun na nga, may pasok dito, Pinaga Armor kagad, no? Tanggal dito. Ang lakas din ng burst damage niyo, no? Ng Bren Esports na to. And even, ito yung iniisip ko kasi, the reason why I was not really leaning towards dun sa Farsa. The ultimate of Khalid kasi would be able just to single-handedly na gamitin para lang sa isang Farsa.
Yes. So siguro kaya napaka-confident nila na i-first pick lang din yung Khalid dito. Napaka-stable na pick siguro. I want to mention din, Tol, na napapansin ko sa pro play natin, no? Pala yung 0-4-1 sa simula. Hindi 1-3-1 eh. Nagsi 0-4-1 bigla, no?
rewarding kasi talaga yung 0-4-1 eh. Kumbaga, ano eh, you have a higher chance of invading pagka may target ka agad, no? Tapos, once na maging successful siya, sobrang rewarding din at the same time.
Yeah. Kasi why not, konting minion wave lang naman sa taas yung mawawala sa'yo eh. Pero kung ma-deny nyo kaagad yung buff, no? Napaka-crucial kasi sa Mobile Legends nung early kill talaga, nung early minute. Kapag nakuha mo buff tsaka kill, no?
Oo. Talagang ramdam na ramdam mo. Pero ito ang unang tinitignan ko kasi dito, where will be the power spike might actually happen. And I'm really looking towards Onyx PH dito to be the one to strike first.
Yeah. They can actually do that, no, in the form of the Kufra. And that's what's happening right now. They went for Lusty here. Nabar na lahat ng G2 po dito ni Lusty. That's a first blood clearly and was secured by Wise.
Actually, malaking bagay yung paring Shin kasi because my Venus will be level 4 agad-agad dito and sobrang madi-disrupt dito ang Bren Esport. Yes, Bren Esport do have here the Loyi pero if Forza would be able to get this level 4, kaya niyang snipen sa likod yung Loyi na hindi na halos makakagamit ng skill niya.
Yeah. And again, Loyi has a nice kit, no, in the front, pero mobility. Tsaka pag natag mo sa likod, yun yung problem. Yes, yung ultimate niya, it's massive mobility on the macro. Pero ang tinutukoy ko is micro mobility on dodging someone who assassinates you and lalo na pag tinatamaan, naaabutan ka ng spell, no? Rob.
Yeah, parang ganyan. So, sobrang ang bilis nung naging ikot dito ng Onyx PH. Just basing simple na nakuha nila doon si Lusty. So, ngayon, it's all about Bren Esports. Paano yung magiging sagot here? Jay, tumalon.
Yeah, alam mo na, nakakatuwa kasi yung idea lang na pag gumamit ka ng Farsa noon, pagtatawanan ka eh. Novelty pick eh. Ngayon talaga metang-meta na. Tingnan natin kung may kita-kita pa. Na-kill dito ang mga membro ng Bren. Rico dives in. He actually tries to like emulate what Iakno has done on that game number 2. But enough about that. We get the turtle here being initiated on by Bren. Maybe because of Ribo getting pressure and taking the attention of Onyx down by the mid lane. Nakuha yung buff.
Hindi naman nawala. At least, Wise been able to secure the purple dot. Kasi medyo crucial yun. Pero teleport na mangyari doon sa may orange naman.
Nako, sige, sinimulan dito ng mga taga-membro ng Bren, sukuning them out. Jay here will be punished, pero within the range naman ng Thunder Airstrike ngayon, itong si Lusty. Just a few have getting checked out, hindi naman naging hard dito. Ang mga taga-Onyx, knowing na natalo na, nakuha na yung buff.
No, yung timing nila dito, kasi of course, the timing nila, the purple buff was actually out, na na spot out ni Ribo. Then, suddenly, nag-teleport sila kasi alam nila, the next na kukunin ni Wise can be this orange buff. And yun nga yung nangyari.
Well, they're tagging on Ribo, hindi kasing kunat dito. Kumpara nung ginawa ni Iakno, dun sa game number 1. 1-3 tayo ngayon, medyo toned down. Yung laban natin, no? Kumpara kanina sobrang init nila, but pickups are happening more than ever dito para sa Onyx. One for each side lane here. And maybe this is the momentum that we are talking about. Dilar here went for the falling star para kay Pew dito. Nakita ka na ba ng Loyi na corner? Pinagpapalo dito ng on PH in no particular order. Pero may ganti naman, mga kaibigan. Maalam pa rin naman si Wise doon under the turret.
Oo, pero ito na. Medyo mas mararamdaman na dito natin parang dito si Carl DC. Kasi, kumbaga, nakuha niya na dito yung group niya. Look at this. Even Lusty going against dito sa tier 1 turret. Pero walang pakialam doon si Carl DC.
Yeah. Actually, ang ganda nung juggle doon, no, ng Onyx. Binibake nila si Carl Z by getting the last hit on that minion wave sa may bandang baba para may turret aggro naman connect kay Carl Z. Pero, nadulas talaga kasi ng ng Lancelot. Isang Thorn Rose lang.
Oo.
Dodge agad.
Parang, medyo nag-hesitate doon si Oh My Venus with the Feathered Airstrike. Nakita niya kasi si Carl DC and there's a big possibility since wala rin siyang backup that time. Pwedeng na siyang pasukin. So, ngayon, medyo dikit na dikit in terms of gold ang both of the teams natin dito, and I think both has the possibility on the bars, but I think the next turtle will be the next engagement niya dito.
And Carl Z is actually starting on that one. Katabi niya na nga lang yung Luyi dyan. Tumalon yung ating Kufra, away kagad. Tapos kumanta na rin si Oh My Venus, kuha pa rin doon yung turtle, and that's it. Bren is quick on the rotation, and it feels like nauunahan at nauunahan nila yung Onyx PH. Yes, nakakil yung Onyx PH, pero sa paunahan sa objectives, it is on Bren.
Oo, ang ganda rin yung zone out nila rito. Kung mapapansin mo rito, few, yes, is actually dying here on this game, pero yung aggressiveness, even with the ult, talagang lagi nilang natanggalan ng buff doon si Wise sa may orange.
Yeah. And of course, Diller and Ribo dancing around for that part. Mukhang, ayan, alam nila na hindi na rin basta pwedeng mag-initiate si View para bumakap kay Diller dun sa may bandang taas. So, pressure is established again by Force here on the top lane side. Si Khalid naman yun ako ng push dito sa may bandang baba. Rob, we have a close fight here.
It's a very, very close fight. Pero somehow, medyo hindi naman ngayon napapansin na naman dito. Flat PC did have a very good game noong game number 2. Pero
Huli ka, Bechin, mga kaibigan. Wise dito. Classic combo on the flicker to the Shunpo Plus. Ay, to the Jitundo Plus way of the Dragon. Inisip pick to the main carry of Onyx PH. Iba rin si Lasty talaga. Praktisado ang paa dito sa show niya.
ang hirap dito, sa totoo lang, ang hirap hulihin ni Carl TC on this end. You only have like Jay, yes, the magic ball, nandoon just to block his dashes. Pero after that, paano na?
Yeah. And ang effective na tower dives dito ng Blend. Like, they have a lot of outplay kits in terms of micro. Whenever these two teams hug each other as a team, no? Whether for this team fighting naman, they want to win for this push. They know they can win eh. Bumati si Jay dito, na kanyang ultimate, down for Lasty, pero that is the main attack now, Jay will be punished.
Actually gonna get punished. And yun na nga, Carl DC is really on a roll dito, ladies and gentlemen. And it's up for Onyx PH. Paano yung magiging huli nila dito? And I guess the only thing that they will be able to do, siguro an ultimate na manggagaling from Kukra or probably a good falling star moon or a stun na manggagaling for the Sakai Umay Venus. Pero aside from that, Carl TC is gonna be unstoppable all throughout the game.
Iba pa rin talaga si Carl TC. Alam mo yung kahit anong init talaga ng mga nasa semi-pro na mga hyper carries, nag-aabang lang yung mga Diyos ng NBL, no? Nakakamiss makita ulit sila Carl TC dito. Grabe, Thorn grows sulit na sulit. Phantom execution go for the finisher. Damage dito against Onyx PH. J na lamang ang natitira. Kita mo si Wise na wala na naman. And I cannot but feel nakuha ng bawi talaga at control ng laro ng Bren Esports nung na-pick off ni Lasty, si Wise.
Oo. Grabe, paborito ni Pew na mag-teleport dyan sa may tabi ng tier 2. I mean, you've actually done this for like 3 times during this game.
Markado ni Pew eh. Actually, madali din mag-setup dyan eh. Tsaka malaki yung space mo sa may bandang likod. If you want to commit for that kind of dive. But still, lamang na po dito ang Bren Esports. But definitely it's not yet over para sa Onyx PH dito. One big fight lang. Pwede pa tumalon si Dilar. Wala pang deads yung ating Esmeralda dito. Jay can still make a massive setup. May last insanity pa tayong inaabangan. There's a lot to be thrown here against Bren Esports pa.
May nag-iba yung laro nila, no, nung ang naging hyper carry nila during this game is actually the Roger. Kumpara nung sa YSS si Wise, mas aggressive siya in nature. Pagka nawala na disrupt yung parang early rotation ng Onyx PH, I think medyo kinukulang dito yung Roger.
Feeling ko nga parang mas okay yata ibang clarify kaysa sa Roger dito eh. Iyak mag-recorder niya, ha? Maabutan nga ba? Uy, yung Dragon ni Lasty Biner na, safe dito ngayon si Wise. But they will not commit. Objectives there. Dilar won't join the party actually for this. And now they're focusing on Toribo. Masyadong risky dito, ha? Okay, Wolf Soul. Dito si Dilar, umikot lang. No falling star mo na, hindi wala na. Yeah, I think
alright, so almost the same thing on game number 2. Medyo on the back foot na naman dito, paring siya yung Onyx PH. And they're really waiting for Wise na mag-online. And well, at least they have, my Venus na to defend. Hindi naman sila agad-agad din mag-push dito. Yun nga lang, sobrang control ng Bren Esports yung pace ng laro na to.
Yes. Kailangan din nila bantayan tol yung fights outside the base kasi despite sobrang ganda ng defensive capacities ng Onyx under inhibitor, yun na nga, under inhibitor. So lumabas lang sila ng konti, pwede silang ma-flank. It's a prank ni
It's a prank.
Sa likod, magulat sila. Nasa likod mo na, mga kaibigan.
Pero I don't think na magkakaroon. They might try to contest this one. Hindi makalapit yung si Iyak, which is yun siguro, pero may teleport sila dalaman. Doon sa the same na damo.
Grabe, favorite brush. Mga kaibigan. Favorite brush ni Pew.
Parang dyan na.
Nakakado na eh.
Kumbaga pwede mong lagyan ng pangalan ni Pew yung damo na yan.
Tinarakan na eh, list. private property, no entry. Ganun na yung ganun na si Few doon. I also want to, account lang, parang hindi talaga ganun ka-successful yung Roger ngayon sa series natin. 3 games, 3 Roger, no wins, tol.
Oo, either of the team na gumamit. Parang kinakapos eh.
Kapos no? Kaya malayo talaga dun sa damage ng YSS. Even me, I'm thinking na you would just go for a melee carry kaysa Roger dito. Baka mas viable pa nga mag-arit minsan. But let's see here. We got the Lord already. This is not a Luminous Lord. They went for an explosive dive. Mga member dito ng Brand Esports ngayon na maalam na naman si Wise lagi na lang. Tingnan natin ngayon as they go for the push na maalam din yung export. The top lane side being worked on by Flapsy. He is the drop-in done in by Bren J defending the bottom lane side in him. And I think that's it. That's gonna be the first puncture into the base of Onyx PH as they take the bottom lane inhibitor create ng Relic. Ito, Brand Esports. Dilar, dito naman na natitira. Kineo na rin ng mga membro ng Brand and they're poised to take the win. They're not just gonna take 1, they might take 2 as the top lane inhibitor turret ay masira na rin dito. Dumidepensa na lang si Oh My Venus. Pwede yung airstrike at kita mo yung buga ng damage doon ni Carl TZ. Man, iba talaga ang mga carries ng MPL.
Grabe yung actually that was actually I'm telling you about yung takot ng isang Parsa sa isang Lancelot kasi you have always this anxiety na ang hirap mag-ulti kasi laging merong magdadash. Katulad doon, diretso, parang double dash yung ginawa doon ni Carl. Almost the same nga. Yung gusto nila mangyari kasi denive in din ng Onyx PH CPU. Just luckily, nakapag-teleport out after that CPU doon sa may upper top lane.
Yeah, beautiful setup by View. Playmaker View, no?
Lagi. Actually, talaga nung laro na to.
Ang lakas talaga ng Brand. Like, it's no surprise. If you look at their record, may mga times na parang they fell from grace. But if you look at their record, they're always in the finals. Season 1, 2, 3. They're third place, tol. In season, they're third place in season 4. Actually, hindi ganun ka. Season 4, they're third place. Season 5, they're third place. Podium finish pa rin sila. Lahat ng MPL seasons natin. And there's a good reason Kita mo talaga And grabe, we are reminded of the strength of the SEA Games team here. Right?
Sobrang high caliber Mobile Legends gameplay talaga.
10-0. 10-0-3 yata. No? Basta alam ko 10-0 on the Lancelot Arena. And masterful play there by Carl. It was crazy. Brand lang malakas.
Brand lang. Dito nila. Pinag-unayos na kaya.
Yeah, for this series, mga kaibigan, it was a very nice series. At lumalalim na ang gabi natin pero sobrang ganda. Alam mo yun, kasama itong ating MPL. Masaya doon, hindi pa tayo tapos because we have our second series set in. But we're gonna be moving into a very short break. After that, we'll head on to the insights ng ating resident analyst. Ating mga kababayan, the MPL PH Season 6 Regular Season Day 1 of Week 1 will be back.
Are you game to be great? Now you can with the new Game to be great. Now you can with the new Smart Giga Games 99. Smart Giga Games 99. Get 1 gig data all day, every day for Mobile Legends and more. Game to be great with Smart Giga Games 99.
When uncertainty is our reality, we rise above with the things that matter. Gigabyte happiness. Gigabyte love. Gigabyte friendship. Gigabyte dreams. Gigabyte hope. With smart Giga music, video, games, work, and stories, we let our passions run free in the new world we face together. Smart, live Giga.
When lang malakas, yan ang resulta at least ng ating battle of generations between Brand Esports and Onyx PH. Needless to say, for me, in my perspective, might be a repeat of game number 1 in many, many aspects. And that's what we are going to be talking about in the analysis of game 3 between Brand Esports and Onyx PH. Now, bakit ko nasabi? Why was I able to say that this is a repeat of game number 1? Well, technically speaking, this is a Roger versus Lancelot matchup wherein we did say that when these early to mid game type of heroes play the tug of war in the early game, whoever wins that tug of war will eventually win that match. And it's evidently the side of Brain Esports with this Cartesi Lancelot. Pero, hindi ganun kadali yung kanilang way para ma-execute itong early game control. And I kind of want to explain in a very technical level kung paano nila ginawa. Maybe later when we see the highlights. But what I want you to understand is actually the game winner for this, for me personally, is the pick of Louis and how you utilize this. Plus the fact of how Bren rallied around this support Louis. Basically speaking, guys, binigyan nila ng chance itong si Pew na makakuha agad ng 2 runs. Which is again, just like in game number 1, was monumental, was important to get the win in the grand scheme of things. It's great versus Esmeralda versus your export at a certain point, even your Roger. And at that moment, during nung time na nakakuha na nga ng 2 runs, itong si Pew, eventually they were able to win it. Now, Brenny Sports versus Sonic PH, obviously the early game, the actual early game, this one is so crucial. Itong 4 minutes 20 na dive ng Onyx PH, ang ganda na sana, but look at the response from Brenny Sports. They were able to get it back, and they gave it a kill to Cartesi. Now, we jump on to already the 11-minute mark sa ating highlights, because there's not much noteworthy highlight talaga that we can see. What a big highlights na nangyari dito sa game na to. It's just that Brenny Sports are winning all of the skirmishes after that 4-minute play that they did counter Onyx PH. And unfortunately, for a Roger-based lineup, na sobrang importante ang pag-snowball. Yung isang pagkadapa nila sa bottom lane, kung saan nag-try sila ng power push at ng kill, isa lang yun sa mga konti nilang chances to actually take over the game. And since hindi nila yung nagawa, they failed horribly. During that time, by the way, I also want to say, before we discuss about Cartesi's Lancelot, the smart MVP of the game with a 10-0-4 KD, I want to say that during that time, 4 minutes 13, dineto din sa bottom lane, they also made an amazing play a few seconds afterwards. Okay, so bear with me on this, guys. Merong mga sets, di ba? Merong mga sets ng buffs. The first set is dun sa unang-unang start ng game, start ng laning stage. Then after 2 minutes, mag-respawn itong mga buffs. That's the second round of buffs that we know. In the second round of buffs, kung saan level 4 na si support na Louis View, what Brent Esports did was to use the teleportation of Louis to teleport to the backlines and get into that orange buff. At dahil hindi handa yung Onyx PH to secure their own orange buff, nawalan for a good 2 minutes ng isang round ng buffs para sa Roger. And during this time period, dito na nag-build ng economy of Red Esports to eventually win the early game. I think that play was so crucial kasi biglang kinapos ng damage output at ng presence sa map si Roger on the side of on PH just by one play made by Red Esports. And then they follow with it up with that gank in the bottom lane at nakapag-respond nga ang Red Esports with a very nice snag. And eventually, Lancelot given that kill at ang laki na rin ng disparity ng ating force. With Lancelot and Roger, kitang-kita mo na talaga kung sino ang sa tug of war that we're talking about in the early stages of the game. And like we said, whoever wins the early game in this kinds of draft between teams almost always wins the match. Ang ganda nung adjustment dito ng Red Esports, they actually allowed the Lancelot to be successful while also activating their support Louis, and you can see the great effects of this. That's how Red Esports won Game 3 and eventually win this Best of 3 series. Nevertheless, mga kaibigan, marami pa rin tayong mga gustong pag-usapan. Just like to mention once again you can connect with us
Nag-goal,
with the
nag-up rin.
hashtag MPL is back, hashtag search na lang dyan. And of course, dun sa link na pinost natin dito sa live stream, nakapost lang din yan for you to be able to drop your comments and also talk about the topic of the day. And sa usapang MPL, actually, ang ating topic is about silbasa at kailan pa kayo nanonood ng MPL. Mula kay JV Martin, nanonood ako ng MPL simula pa nung season 3. Ngayong nanonood ako kasama ko ang aking mga tropa at ka-squad sa mobile phone or sa FB page ng Mobile Legends upang makakalap ng informasyon. Okay, so to get information din, may mga ganyan din talaga sa nauusong meta para ma-apply namin sa aming mga laro. At syempre, para masuportahan rin yung nananais ng team na mag-champion. Wow, okay, that's perfect. JP Martin, hope you are enjoying watching MPL Season 6. Second comment natin, Aaron Kyle Solito. Nanonood ako ng MPL simula po ng Season 3. Hanggang ngayon ay nanonood pa rin ako kasama ang aking pamilya at tropa. That's nice to bring your family and your friends, of course, watching the game that we love. And Larsen Leonardo Hizon, nanonood ka ako ng MPL simula po ng Season 3. Nanonood ako kasama ng kapatid ko na ML player. Naka-enjoy manood lalo na laging dikit ang laban. More seasons to come. At sana manalo. Cards and Nizan, of course. Those are the comments that we are seeing para sa usapang MPL. Again, if you still wanna join, if you wanna join the future sa ating usapan sa MPL, just look for the links that will be posted in the future. At syempre, hanapin niyo yung hashtag MPL. Anyway, I think that we will be giving away, we will be having our mythical draw right now. Kasi syempre nga, we are giving away so much. Hindi lang action ang nating mapakita. At ngayon, why don't we pick our mythical draw winner? Right now, roulette, of course. Makikita natin, ayan. Get a chance to win epic prizes, of course. The mythical raffle draw. Again, we're just waiting. And we're gonna be looking at the winners in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so these are mirrors that you can see those tags. You know, yung kung kayo na yan, I'm sure you know already. And you can feel it. Congratulations, you have won the mythical raffle draw. And you can see, of course, epic prizes that we had. That is our mythical raffle draw for this for today, for this series, of course. It's been a great one. Napakagandang start with the MPL Season 6. We opened it up with the battle of the generations. At hindi lang aksyon ang ating binibigay, but tayong pinapabigay mga codes if you really want it. And I just want to say that if you want to see more of these giveaway of these codes and be given that, nako, stay lang kayo with us dito sa MPL Season 6. Also, dahil madaming sumali sa ating contest. In fact, there are 20,000 entries for our contest. Binigyan tayo ng extra or ng bonus na giveaway code. Of course, coming out from Punta. It's your second code placed for this game. Plenty of giveaways, plenty of codes, and of course, plenty of action. Dito lang syempre sa MPL Season 6. And of course, we would like to thank our sponsors that made MPL Season 6 possible. Our official tournament telco partner, Smart, for stronger bonds with your team as you conquer the battlefield with Smart Giga Games. Enjoy 1 gigabyte of games all day for Mobile Legends, Facebook Gaming, and more. Just dial *123# now and choose Giga Games 99. Of course, MPL 6 also brought to us by our official sponsor, Realme, celebrating their first Realme Fan Fest and hashtag Dare to be Realme campaign. Visit their official page at fb.com/Philippines to know more. Of course, MPL 6 also brought to us by our official sponsor, Gillette. Get up to 50 diamonds with every purchase of Gillette's Match 3 Razor, Vector 3 Razor, or Blue 3 Simple Force pack in select pure gold doors nationwide. Hashtag Shave the Day with Gillette. Our partner, of course, MPL is also brought to us by our partner in esports, Paymaya. Get up to 7% balik bayad when you purchase your gaming pins via Paymaya, the better way to pay. Promo runs until August. MPL is also brought to us by our partner in esports, TikTok. So just search MLBB and TikTok and win premium skins. Very easy. It's just search MLBB sa TikTok para manalo manalo kayo ng premium skin. Also, this is brought us by our official gaming headset partner, Logitech G, and organized by London. Why don't we close this series by watching the top 5 plays of the series before we head into the break. My name is Wolf once again, and kita-kits tayo sa susunod na series ng MPL Season 6.
Ay, na may oras yan. Ano na, may oras.
Are you game to be great? Now you can with the new Smart Giga Games 99. Get 1 gig data all day, every day for Mobile Legends and more. Game to be great with Smart Giga Games 99.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network speed and strength. Slow means game over. But the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means game changing. Choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this Giga Life? Simple and smart ako.
Yun, talagang na.
When uncertainty is our reality, we rise above with the things that matter. Gigabyte happiness. Gigabyte love. Gigabyte friendship. Gigabyte dreams. Gigabyte hope. With smart Giga music, video, games, work, and stories, we let our passions run free in the new world we face together. Smart, live Giga.
Ano na yung oras eh? O, hindi lagi na ako.
Realme smartphone, dare to leap. Realme Watch.
Ano na? Uy, gipit! Bigla na rin clear na.
Legit, right? Not quite.
Legit, right? Not quite. Just like your disposable razor. It's time you switch your disposable razor for your legit first shave so you can be every bit legit. Gillette Mac 3. For razor shave, less irritation.
Ano kaya sa XP yun? Ano ba yung mga lodi?
Hi guys, I'm Shinbu. Ako naman si Majid. At kami ang Majid Title. This is the FPL Meta Guide. Kung saan pag-uusapan namin mga napaka-importanting bagay at detalye sa paglalaro ng MLBB. And for episode 1, papakilala namin sa inyo ang Sanctuary Lord. Kaibigan, sa Sanctuary Lord, one of the biggest objectives sa paglalaro ng MLBB. This guy here actually works much like a minion din naman tulad ng Lancer, Infantry, and Cannon, but you have to fight him first. Before he will join the fight for you. Ayun ang pinakamalaking kahagi ng Lord para sa inyong team. This is the Lord upon taking you to one fight will be joining you in pushing the lane. Makikita niyo dito sa ating screen, ladies and gentlemen, that the Lord here has joined the red side team in taking the push against the inhibitor turret of the blue team. Kaya nakikita naman natin na ang red side ay ginagamit ng sa kanilang push. Ang tanong, paano nga ba nila nakukuha yan? Saan at tuwing kailan mo makukuha ang Lord? Napakadali lang naman ang support. Ang Lord po ay lumalabas either sa taas na part ng jungle or sa babang part ng jungle. Every 9 minutes within the game ay magsuspawn ang level 1 ng Lord. Ngayon, ang tanong, kung ano ba mag-isa o kunin yung 5? Depende sa kalakasan. Kailangan nyo lang mag-ingat kasi ang Lord ay merong mga skills. Yung dyan yung casual spin at yung pangalawa naman ay yung first. Again, pag napatay niyo yung Lord na 9 minutes na, every 4 minutes ng laro, nag-enhance yan. Ang tanong, paano kung hindi nyo napatay ng 9 minutes? Kapag nag-12 minutes, bigla siya magre-respond sa pagpapalakas siya. So, kada Lord na kada kuha nyo ay namatakas. Kaya naman hindi lang basta pagkuha ng Lord ang kailangan mong considerahin. There is of course the damage, the execution spell, and also the positioning. All of which that results to you in taking the Lord needs to win. And remember, after the Lord has been slain, you can have the Lord fight for you now. Wherein you can encash and of course lead your team to victory. Bibigyan kita ng example, ng isang napakagandang play na ginawa dito ng Sunsparks naman sa Onyx sa Grand Finals ng FPL Season 5. Makabuhay lang yung lead dito at kinukuha na ni FPL DJ. Mga kampi niya, yung Lord, tapos gusto ng contest ng Onyx. Pansayin natin na nandito si kaibigang Wise sa base at alam nila na lugi ang Onyx dito. Pero titignan natin dito dahil volado na si FPL DJ, si Green. Sinukuha niya muna si Dark actually. Pero kung titignan mo si Green guys, ayan, makikita niya mula-mula. Nag-decide siya na huwag na lang natin play si Lord. Psychoing na lang natin yung kalaban din. Let's play mind games with the Lord. Dahil kung mapapansin niyo, mag-zoom in yung camera dito sa base, then kinuha na ni Green yung opportunity. Dahil alam niyang naglo-Lord yung mga kalaban niya. Sabi niya, why not? Tapusin ko na lang since nasa Lord sila. So, with that in mind, one thing to take note sa nangyaring play na yun ay ang Lord mo ay hindi lang basta-basta pwede mo makunin. Pwede mo rin siyang gawin, bait, or pwede kang mag-strategize ng kahit anuman sa pagkuha. Ganon yun, importante. Hindi mangyayari ang victory ng Sunsparks kung wala yung Lord at everyone. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The very basics of information pagdating sa Sanctuary Lord and of course sa mga advanced tactics that revolves around the Lord fight. I am Jim with the one for an eye. Ako naman si Manjin. At kami ang Manjin sa tandem. I hope na nagamit nyo yung mga strategies na yan sa mga future rankings nyo o sa mga normal games nyo lang. Once again, this is
Tara, sugod. Chester, Envy. Baka naman, mag-vlog ko kayo. Ito.
Magandang gabi mga kababayan, and of course, ako
Magandang gabi mga kababayan, and of course, ako
yung
inyong anchor. Si Boy naman for kasama syempre ang aking analyst, of course, Rob Luna. And of course, we welcome you sa unang araw ng unang linggo of the regular season of the MPLPH Season 6. Of course, with our sponsor. Maraming salamat syempre to our official telco partner that is Smart. Forge stronger bonds with your teams as you conquer the battlefield with Smart Giga Games. You can enjoy 1 gigabyte games all day for Mobile Legends, Facebook gaming, and more. Dial star 123 hash and choose Giga Games 99. We got our official sponsors as well. Realme, mga kaibigan, Realme is celebrating their first Realme Fan Fest and hashtag Dare to be Realme campaign. Of course, visit their official page at facebook.com/Realme Philippines to know more. Our official sponsor would be Gillette. Get up to 50 diamonds with every purchase of Gillette's Mac 3 Razor, Vector 3 Razor, or Blue 3 Simple 4S Pack in select pure gold stores nationwide. Hashtag in the day with Gillette.
And of course, our partner in esports, PayMaya, get 7% balikbayan when you purchase your gaming pins via PayMaya, the better way to pay. Promo runs up until August 31. Partner in esports TikTok and also search MLBB on TikTok to win premium skins. I-search ang MLBB sa TikTok para manalo ang premium skins. And of course, our official gaming headset partner, Logitech G, here like a pro. And of course, this event is organized by Moonton. And for tonight, our second series is gonna be very, very high shape. NXP versus Blue Fire. Anong nostra mo dito?
Oo, no? Kumbaga, reigniting the blaze. Malaking tanungan para sa Blue Fire, whereas ito na yata yung team na napakakunti ng doubt ng mga tao. The next play, mga kaibigan, from expectations on the game, this is gonna be watch as always kasi nandito yung next play. And the clear underdog dito, interestingly, despite next play being the newer team in the MPL, is a Blue Fire. There are a lot of questions going on around the Blue Fire. Malaki rin yung formation na ginawa nila since the parang rebuild na ginawa nila for the roster coming in from Season 5 as they head on to this Season 6. But for me, I would agree then with the fans. Even me, first impressions lang, I think next play is the parang dito, nasa upper tier, no? And the challenger would be of Blue Fire. But the best part about FPL is, of course, getting proven wrong. Diba? Getting proven wrong, and let's just see the game unfold in front of your face. What about Europe? Any quick na lang? Any quick impression for this game?
For this match, kasi yung NXP Solid, we've been seeing it even on other tournaments, and grabe din yung ginawa nila during their main qualifiers. Talagang sobrang linis ng mga nagiging laro ng NXP Solid all throughout, even any other game that they have. Still, for Blue Fire, we have still to gauge kung ano yung mga talagang pwede na. Kasi, if I'm not mistaken, we haven't had any online tournaments na sinalihan.
Yeah, well, speaking of Blue Fire, silipin natin ang kwento ng Blue Fire with this video.
Halos po lahat ng kaklase ko po na naglalaro na po ng Mobile Legends. Nakisali na din po ako, tapos pinagtatalo ko po sila.
Plus kami sa dati naming sponsor para humanap ng mas better opportunities.
At first, nagkaroon kami ng sobrang daming struggle kasi ang daming offer. Sa lahat ng nabili namin, ito yung pinaka-okay na opportunity. After last season ng MPL, lagi sa nakakarang rank game. Sakto yung goal at ang support is kulang.
Nakakalaro ko sila sa rank game, tapos ang last ko lang. Kaya kinuha nila.
Panindigan mo yan, ha?
Nung una wala talaga ako dito pagtapos ng MPL Season 5. Kinuha naman nila ako kaya naging kompleto yung roster. Ngayon, pabigat na rin ang kapit ko.
For the Blue Fire Squad, ladies and gentlemen, pinungunahan ito ni Secret, Shu, Unseen, Creepsu, Fusaken, and of course, the new kid on the block. Of course, that's gonna be Lims, an addition to this lineup, of course. We've been, the rest, the 5 roster dito was actually been playing for the MPL for the current, or for the previous season, and the only one we have to see what he has to take here, and of course, that's gonna be Lims.
Yeah, and accounting for these teams, makikita talaga no, yung KDA rate nila relatively low talaga compared to other teams just based off mula doon sa previous season's performance nila. That's why it's no surprise that there's a lot of question against this team. Although this is still an MPL caliber team. Na, being that ang pinakamataas pang KDA rate would be on Busaket. As he is from a different team because he's the one who got drafted in for this lineup. Nakita nyo naman din sa interview na sinabi nga ni Fuzaket na wala siyang team no pagpasok ng MPL Season 6 and doon nga din nadagdag si Fuzaket para dito sa Blue Fire lineup. The biggest question dito is how the roles will be established right now no for the meta. So malalaman natin yan. Lalo pa ang ganda ng challenge na nakaabang sa kanila because they will be facing none other than the NXP lineup, mga kaibigan, na binubuo siyempre nila Chester, MB, H2O, Renny J, Iyawi, and Gymnast. Without doubt, all names very easy to recall, no?
Yes. Oo naman. Kumbaga each and every one of these players is talagang tumatatak even on online, even on their streams. Talagang ramdam na ramdam mo. Every one of them has a very solid fan base.
Yeah, and yun din, hindi natin nagawa yung wala tayong origins clip for NXP for the reason that this is the team that came in through the qualifiers along with Signatra. So para sila actually ni Signal Ultra na wala tayong origins. But the best part about this lineup, kilala sila. ng mga tao. Ang dami nilang video actually outside of MPL. So, no surprise on that part. Even just from the testimonies of the fans, makikilala mo na kaagad itong team na to. And there you have it, guys. No? Next play versus Blue Fire. And everyone is looking forward on how this match will unfold. Hindi na natin kayo bibitinin. Let's set up the first impressions of this game. The numbers to crunch. As we pass it on, syempre sa ating resident analyst that is podcast. Magbabalik po kami for FPL Season 6.
Thanks so much sa ating mga casters. You know what?
Thanks so much sa ating mga casters. You know what? We want badly to see the percentage with stats and numbers of both of these teams. Unfortunately, we will not have it dahil technically speaking, this is a new flavor para sa MPL from the past seasons. Why? Because of the fact that NXP came from the open qualifiers, so there's not a lot of stats actually. There's not even a stat line that we can depend on when we are talking about next play Predator. That's also applicable para sa Blue Fire, which is weird because Blue Fire is a team that composed of 5 players that came from the last season. Pero wala tayong stats pa from them together. So honestly, there's nothing much to talk about this team. What I did ask isa sa mga players nila, which is Fuzaket, and what he did say, para ma-hype din yung mga viewers natin about Blue Fire, is abangan nyo na lang at manood sa kanila because they are prepared with a lot of strategies to defeat everyone that they are gonna face. Which is interesting because we saw next play, they also mentioned something similar na durugin, gusto nilang kaharapin kahit sino sa MPL and they will perform like they aren't new in the scene, which is great. This is 2 teams na pwede nating abangan coming into this series as teams that are so sabihin natin, I guess in term is gigil para patunayan yung sarili nila. Let's talk about next play very quickly. This team is, I think I mentioned ng ating mga casters na this team is already known in the scene, which is, totoo naman dahil kilala sila ng one of the biggest fan base I would say for MPL Season 6. Kung may numbers man sila na proven and tested numbers yun ng army na sumusunod sa kanila because that's how big their fan base is. And I'm sure that next play as a team, they will not, hindi nila hayaan mapahiya sila sa harap na kanilang mga fans. And they will prove today, MPL Season 6, that they are really belonging in this in this league that we have. Interestingly, however, bakit yung next play pa, yung parang natatansya natin na mas mananalo dito sa matchup versus Blue Fire? Bakit ganon ang pulso ng masa? Why is it that when we look at this matchup, we felt that Blue Fire is sila pa yung underdog dito? Well, the only answer is because we haven't seen much of this team. And a little bit of confidence boost para sa mga fans ng Blue Fire dyan. They did mention that they are so prepared about MPL Season 6 and it's gonna be interesting. With this, I just wanna leave one thing na pwede natin pag-isipan. Hindi natin kasi pwedeng i-base yung na wala pang performance at hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na mahina itong team na to dahil yung mga players na galing sa mahinang team from the previous season, we cannot say that because they are from a losing streak. But maybe because now they ganged up together as friends, magkakakilala, they know each other, maybe they can show us something that will prove us wrong. That's one thing that we can be excited about in this matchup. Mga kaibigan, we're gonna be heading back to the casters for the series between Next Play and Blue Fire. Back to you guys.
Ang kulit nung shoutcasting team ng MPL.
Ang kulit nung shoutcasting team ng MPL, no? Laging sinasabi, it's always exciting to be proven wrong. Kasi yun talaga, it's, the mindset here is, that's the beauty, that's where the true beauty of MPL lies, on the things that you don't know. And let it unfold to you, and you're very much willing to actually embrace it. And yun na. So ngayon, what is established is that the challenge is Blue Fire XP. Pero tama si Ulpe, mahirap magsabi ng gano'n. Ang tanging magandang basehan is of the games. Let the games unfold for themselves. Now, we are nearly heading into the draft. Aking analyst. So, Rob, what do you think? How will this unfold, like, based on your first impressions lang for these teams?
Siguro balikan ko siguro yung sinabi ni Wolf na because hindi natin pwedeng i-attest ang isang team just based on the results nila ng previous season kasi there's a lot of things that happen during the off-season na papasok nitong MPL Season 6. Siguro, one good thing, kaya nagkakaroon ng impression that NXP Solid could have the upper hand para dito sa series na to is because the roster itself, kasi kung titignan mo, yung mga naging addition, yes, they are very, very good players such as Crimsu, Fusaken, coming from a very good team from Sunspark ngayon ay Aura PH na is they were tanks. They were tanks and from the other squad from U-level now, it's already Blue-Fire sila ngayon, is Unseen is a mage support, Shu is an off-lane. So parang they actually lacking and yun yung fill in yung bagong player nila which is Lips. That we haven't seen on how he actually performs, lalo na sa ganitong kalaking liga.
Ano din isa rin yung sa mga pinaka-exciting naman yung mga bagong players, no? Not just the new teams, but actually the new drafts for active rosters here in the MPL. We already have the draft set in, mga kaibigan. Pero bago lang tayo mag-breakdown dyan, I just want to emphasize, I love, again, binanggit talaga dito ni Fusaken na meron silang strat for everyone, not just on NXP. Habang yung NXP naman, dineclare nila na dudurugin nila lahat ng team sa MPL. You know, sorry, medyo geek, no? Pero this reminds me of Yukihira Soma, alam mo yun? If you've watched Food Wars, si Yukihira Soma, sa Food Wars, may academy doon eh. May academy. Yun yung top culinary academy, no? Japan. Tapos, pagpasok ni Yukihira Soma dun sa academy, ang sinabi niya kaagad, ako being number supposed to be dapat yung recognition speech mo parang applause yung ending eh. Pero yung naging resulta, ang daming galit sa kanya. Pero yun talaga yung truth eh. That's the truth eh. If you know your goal, if your goal is to be number one, then that's it. And to be number one in MPL requires, durugin. Durugin talaga yung ibang team na to really prove without doubt that you are the best team. And that's what Next Play Solid plans in doing so. And let's go. We got the draft completed here. Blue Fire removing the Selena, Parsa, i-mention ko na ito. We got also the PNK finally, no? Napapansin na siya. Next Play, we're gonna be removing that. They don't want to deal with the Uranus as well. What direction are we heading here, Rom?
I'm gonna look at here. So, YSS, yun nga yung open. I was actually thinking, kasi on the previous series natin, the Khalid, parang hindi siya nawala all throughout 3 games.
1, 2, 3,
Oo, so somehow dito, medyo nabago siya. And even on the draft, I mean, the banning itself, hindi nila tinanggal yung Atlas, hindi nila tinanggal dito yung Kufra. And somehow, just basing on NXP Solid, si Yawi, which is their tank user, one of the best Kufra user.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that Blue Fire knows that. So they're actually willing to give it just to get the Yuzong.
And they're giving the YSS, which I think the best carry right now. Carry right now in the game. To H2 like they're giving that for free. Pero at least at the cost of what? Atlas. Yung laruan. No, so ang ganda rin na may napiling Atlas din siguro dito. Ang sasagutin yata ng Blue Fire dito yung harapan no?
Totoo. Ang ano lang, no, medyo mababago siguro dito on the series because the two top tanks was actually being laid out. Both teams, may Kufra, may Atlas. So we will be having a more AoE-centric lineup dito coming from Blue Fire. I'm not really sure kung ano yung magiging pinaka-carry. This could be a possibility na Yuzong may mga teams magawa nun, but NXP Solid, a very solid pick for the Loyi kasi yun yung isa sa pinakamagandang ingredient dito for Blue Fire. In correlation, of course, with Atlas.
Yeah. Kasi if the Atlas advances with a perfect match, Fatal Links, sa likod, lapagan mo lang ng dispersion yun eh. Tapos pwede ka na mag-vacuum the possible proc possibly on that, kung Loyi ka. I don't see any reason for next play din na mag-Baller rin talaga against this composition. Now, we are seeing bans here at wala pang carry naman na nire-reveal dito yung Blue Fire. Although Ling is not yet banned.
Definitely.
Pero magninit
There's a good thing here. I was even thinking kung kasi on the side of NXP Solid, YSS, yes, most of the time being used on mid, pero he could be able to be used on side lane as well. Kayang-kaya niya mag-sustain din sa lane niya. Given the second skill of it could be able to clear the minion wave, then you have your mountain chakra na para mag-provide overall AoE or global damage doon sa buong mapa and vision as well. So I was really thinking what's gonna be there. Hellcurt will be banned. Okay, of course that was a Renegade hero.
Yeah. Target Renegade. So actually, question din ko ano magiging Renegade hero if are we seeing a Masha? Maybe seeing a Hilda?
Yeah, Hilda definitely.
For this part, actually Hilda won't be bad. I believe in this kind of composition they could utilize that to maximum use. But man, they're willing to embrace the Uranus with an Esmeralda. Normally you can counter the Esmeralda by landing crowd controls, and at the same time lagyan mo ng proc agad ng Necklace of Durance for this. But they want siguro dahil sa Cho, siguro they want to deal as well with the Yuzong. Plus kasi nasa likod na si H2 so siguro protektahan mo na lang si H2 talaga. Yun na lang dito ng next play.
Well, it could be easily be done, of course. Sobrang solid naman nung front line nila dito. It's gonna be Yawi, let's go Fra. Tapos, ang mahirap kasi dito, on this specific, kapag may Loyi, this is probably gonna be a Chester hero. Is mas ang bilis nung magiging ikot nila dito and mabilis din yung magiging funnel nila dito for the YSS. The Valir, the Kimi would be a good pick dito. They could be able to turn this up.
Yeah. No Hellcurt, No Hellcurt, hindi na pwede mag-Lancelot, ayan, at another side lane na lang talaga yung option dito ng next play. Kimi will look good really for this game. More so with the Valir paired with him, di ba?
Totoo. Kumbaga, ang banat ng Blue Fire dito, scaling naman sila dito. Kayang-kaya nilang i-hold. Yes, YSS could be able to be, if ever man na mapasok nila dito yung Kimi. Pero there was an Atlas. There was a Valir that could be able to show everyone off for NXP Solid. So, the big question is, how would they be able to take down the Kimi? It's all about rotation on the early stages of the game.
Well, the active playstyle, Rob, ng next play is actually designed against Kimi. Napaka-aggressive ng next play sa early game. They could start invading the Kimi. They could start giving a hard time on the Kimi. And Kimi always needs a really nice early game, especially first 2 minutes ng laro. And baka doon mag-shine ka agad yung mga member ng next play. But I did feel na okay yung comp ngayon ng Blue Fire. Well, it's voting time, Rob, and I'll be the first one to vote na lang. Maganda yung comp ng Blue Fire dito, but not enough for me to remove my doubt so far on this roster compared to what I've seen with next play Solid. So I'm gonna be putting my vote muna. I'm gonna be putting my vote on next play.
Smash!
Alright. Well, for me, I will be going against that one. Definitely. Kasi if this pans out, pagka na-hold ito ng Blue Fire up until 10 minute, more so 15 minute, anytime, any day, this could be a proper win for Akimi. The only thing that na pwedeng ipapasukin sila dito, if MB mag-overcommit, natalunan agad doon si Chu. And given, ito yung tipo ng Kimi na medyo fast push yung jungle emblem.
Oo nga yun nga talaga. Kaya nga sinasabi ko din na pag ito, naisahan mo sa jungle, tuloy-tuloy na Pero yes, by design, dapat mas mabilis yung jungle ngayon ng Kimi natin. Tingnan mo kung gaano kabilis tinik yung Little Wanderer ng Kimi. It might be by an inch, pero that would be nice. Ngayon, on the move na, si Chester. Man, Chester is actually disrupting kagad.
So, parang kung iisipin mo dito, yung rotation dito, I think mas mabilis para dito sa side ng Blue Fire. And medyo may part na I was actually thinking Limbs would be the one to carry, pero it's actually gonna be Chu.
Yeah. At, oh yes, it's so interesting as well na ang aga ng flicker doon ni Yawi. For that, but he got heavily punished there by the Valier. Pero still not gonna be enough. We still have no first blood for this game, no? I can't help but feel na parang same to nung game 1 ng Bren, tsaka Onyx. Tag-chance sa una, tas unang kill, tutuloy-tuloy na, no?
It could actually go with that. Pero ito kasi magiging catch talaga dito, parang Shane, is medyo negated dito si Kripsu. So, it's up for him kung paano niya mapo-force out kasi all of, actually 4, at least 3 pala ng mga main heroes dito, or core heroes for NXP Solid do have its Purified. So, meaning to say, Kripsu would have a hard time landing the Fatal Links into, if in case na magkaroon. Pero they do have here the Yuzong na pwede pumasok agad doon sa backline nila na ma-purify. Then that's the time for Kripsu to take advantage and get a good or land a good Fatal Links.
Yeah. Again, alam naman natin kung gaano kaya Fatal Links yung in-headline natin dyan. Kasi nga, alam natin kung gaano game-changing yung Fatal Links di ba? But there we go. Alam din natin kung gaano kaganda ang macro sense dito ni H2. I can actually see kung gaano siya wise sa paggamit, even the Mountain Shocker, just so they can establish a little bit of pressure against Blue Fire. No, buti na lang wala pang turtle on this part.
I think isa yun sa medyo magpapa-differentiate on both teams kasi feeling ko ma-hold nila to up until the 3 minutes both lane, I mean all lanes most likely. So walang mangyayari up until yun yung magbibigay talaga ng advantage who will be able to secure the first turtle.
Wala nang perfect match si Kripsu doon ganon. Yung mga tanks natin nag-overextend, napapunish din talaga ng napakabilis. Parehas nung nangyari halos kay Yawi kanina, pero still no first blood in this game. Umiinit. Alam nyo guys, mukha lang walang nangyayari, pero pag mas matagal na walang first blood, mas lalo lang umiinit
Pero Blue Fire is the scaling team dito. Like it's like a tikim time bomb para sa series na to. So I guess NXP Solid will be the one to be very aggressive in nature dito sa first 10 minutes of the game. Or at least 5. Patulad dyan, Yawi.
Okay, tingnan natin Yawi here. There's the Fatal Links completed mula kay Kripsu. Aray! Mga kaibigan, tutok agad. Pero si Choi was able to walk away. Habol ni Renny J. And he can attack even more. That's the first kill siguro mga members dito ng mga taga Blue Fire. At tuloy ang apoy. Atras muna, hoy. Dito ngayon. Ito ang Blue Fire. And that's it. They were able to bag 1 members. Pero, tol, na-miss out ko. Sino nakakuha ng turtle?
I didn't see that kasi nakatutok ako doon sa Kimi, to be honest with you guys. Kasi ang nangyari doon, actually makita mo na dito kung ano yung targeting ng NXP Solid. Even Rene J going doon sa backlane, that's why Chu was forced to go inside the tier 1 turret. Hence, MB nag-avatar of the Guardian itself. Kumbaga talagang tina-target nila dito si Chu.
And alam naman natin Cho yung may susi talaga dito pero at least hindi ganun na si shutdown si Cho, tsaka isang talon lang, and it's a good thing then that I think yung purification na nagbigay ng enough movement speed for Cho the moment na tumalon si Rene J. The job of Rene J was good. Talagang mataas yung movement speed na provided ng purification doon.
Yeah, and actually it's H2 who did get the turtle.
Yeah, we got H2. So again, consistency ni H2. Pero men, init ni Kripsu round 2 na yun. It was Chester that was back in. May isang kill din naman na nakuha dito yung next play, no? Upon that replay yata. Rene J against Secret.
Oo. Medyo ang maganda ay nagiging ikot dito ng Blue Fire. Let alone. Kung isipin mo rito, if Kripsu could be able to get at least 1 defensive item and go into a fling time, walang ulit-ulitin kung ano man yung nangyayari. But wala, i-force nila unang fatal links, tanggal lahat na ma-force nila yung purify. Ito kasi medyo nag-hold lang for Blue Fire to be able to go in yung mga purify. Once everything nawala dito, it's, the LXP Solid will be on the defensive.
Yes, totally. Lalo pa may panghabol yung Blue Fire, flicker din yung hawak nila dito. I mean, that might be used defensively, pero pwede mo talaga gamitin yan offensively, no? We get mount on the turtle dito. And I cannot but feel na yung early expectations dito na next play, na-break ka agad ng Blue Fire. But still, there is H2. And the guy is always headline, not really by his more than his micro skills, but by his consistency. Agip dito si Unseen. Doon na yata, pwedeng sunod-sunod yan. Nag-give show dito, Puritation, sunod na layer MB, hindi makapasok si Secret. Zinozone out lamang ni Chester. Agawan dito ng buff na, isecure pa rin naman yun ni Chu.
Ang ganda nung pasok doon ni Yahweh, securing, to Unseen. Medyo nawala yung formation dito ng Blue Fire from the turtle. Parang may part sa kanila that they would like to contest, pero parang haphazardly, nagdadalawang isip sila Diba? Parang pwede yata, kaso for sure merong purify yan. So that would actually leave Blue Fire yung part na uncertainty na hindi nila mawari siguro na tama na ba, ito na ba yung opening or hintayin muna natin.
Not to mention, napaka-threatening ni H2, diba, Tol? Taas na ng damage niya, ganun lang, classic scaling on YSS. And YSS talaga para sa, on my personal opinion, is one of the number one carry right now. Ang bilis ang bilis ng farm ang bilis, ang taas ng damage na pwedeng ibigay. Parang alam mo yung early revamp kay Bruno. Ganun kaagad yung batuan ng damage. Yung hindi pa ready maglaro yung mga yung community against Bruno. Parang ganun yung vibes ngayon with YSS. Now, na-set upan dito si Creepzoo. You know, those kind of free kills, binibigyan mo sa NXP, automatic yan. They will take advantage of that. There is the kick onto H2, hindi na follow upan kagad. He got damage for reals, for serious, pero not enough to get any execute. Here comes MB, another re-engage by Yawi. No commitment na, and the Mountain Shocker na lang to make this advance of the Blue Fire squad awkward. Hadit nila nandun si Creepzoo, it would be a different story. Nadali pa dito yung baller natin. Yan lang. I think this is dito na nagsisimula mag-mess up ngayon yung Blue Fire.
Nawawala sila dun sa tipong early formation nila. Like their first 5 minutes na nahuhold nila Kaso habang tumatagal, lumalakas si H2, the Mountain Shocker, nararamdaman na ng mga squishy heroes dito ng Blue Fire. Like, let alone Unseen. Or even Chu.
Yeah. You have to go in with a plan Automatic yan. Dali na rin dito si Lims. Mga kaibigan, the next play, Tol, has taken good control now of this game. That is a third turtle. They have a gold lead of 3,000. Creepzoo has to walk away. Even though with the fatal links is using the match defensive because they're not seeing any freedom. At si Yawi uminit na. Hindi na sila pinahinga ngayon ng next play at nagsisimula na ang magbilang patungong pagdurog dito. Itong next play solid. Man, Secret here would have to walk away mula kay MB. They're just cornering as well the Yuzong. Ben, ang bilis maapula ng apoy dito ng next play.
Oo. Medyo, dito ngayon magkakaroon ng malaking problema dito yung Blue Fire. Kasi, yes, they have here the Kimi na probably gonna be going for hybrid. Kasi Jungle go for first at least a BOD item or at least Raptor Machete. Kaso nga lang, hindi nila nagawa yung gusto nila itemization. Technically, hindi na siya nag-go for BOD kasi alam nila that they are already on the back foot. Nagdiretso na kagad siya with the going one.
Yun lang, pero nakaisa pa rin naman na napakabilis ng burst dyan because multiple BODs kagaya na nabanggit mo. Ang nasa side din naman na ang Blue Fire. And again, Creepzoo trying to get the timing in for that Fatal Links. He went for the flicker. Fatal Links burns the purification. H2O, Trace palapit na maalam dito ang malaking buhay ni Creepzoo. And follow up by Yawi, pumopya pabalik para matamaan na lang siguro si Lims. So yun na, libreng Torre na ulit para dito sa next play.
Grabe, it's on a roll talaga dito for H2O. The Mountain Shocker is really giving Blue Fire. Lahat ng miyembro nila dito having a hard time. Even on initiation, kahit si Creepzoo napapadalawang isip siya kung kailangan nila ba, is it the time? Kasi pwedeng gawin yung Fatal Links ni Creepzoo. Kaso nga lang, yung mga kakampi niya, almost half HP na. Just the mere fact ng ulti ni H2O.
Ang bilis na scaling, ang ganda ng brush. Sa likod, they will commit. Andun na si H2, tumalon si Yawi. There is the follow-up. Beautiful play na ginawa kagad. Na mga membro dito ng next play, Lims tries to corner in. Makakuha na kill kay Yawi, pero hindi na mahalaga. Kasi yung damage na binubugan dito ng next play, sobra-sobra. MB na pasobra yata ng Abante doon. Nakakuha ngayon ng kill si Cho and goes for Danny J. One last racket, hindi na. But overall trade is a 4-4-2 at Upal pa yata at mid lane ni Barrett.
Grabe yung mga pinapakita dito. NXP solid, showing up that they're really the team to beat din dito for this specific series. And yun na nga, mga kaibigan, ang pinakamaganda doon, paring Shields, countless threat yung binibigay nila dito sa Kimi. Parang tuloy-tuloy, Rene J, yung threat ni Rene J, yung threat ng Avatar of the Guardian, hindi yung once na mawala yung Purify niya, parang ano na eh, parang sobrang layo na ng range niya sa mga kakampi niya just to be safe and not die.
You can only hit so much as a Kimi, no? Sa binabato rin dito Rob ng next play. And man, hindi man nakita dun sa ating highlight fully, pero yung setup ni Chester was really stellar, no?
Oh, yung sa
may purple brush sa may likod, ang linis, and layered that Kufra with the Louis, very threatening.
Grabe. Yung mga bagay talaga dito. Sa pwede din I mean, kay Chester, kung isipin mo, his ult might actually give Chu na a chance na mag-back agad eh. Just the mere fact, pwedeng fake nga na ulti. Coming from the Louis.
Okay, Yawi, he did commit. Nakagib si Ansin na napapwersa yung flicker dito. Alam niya merong mountain shocker. Limbs, very awkward entry there. Wasn't able to get the kill. Kinatay na lang siya ng next play doon.
Valir pit nila dito, no? Parang nagiging passive. Actually, too passive na to the point na nakabantay lang siya. Kumbaga parang the main role of Unseen dito is just to watch out kung sino yung papasok dito para kay Chu.
Tapos when you think na parang mainit din yung blue fire, tapos parang kaya naman, H2's consistency can easily return the moral of whatever loss or whatever loss is committed or is exchanged from the mistake committed ng next play sa simula. Parang dali, basta okay si H2, okay lang si NXP makapagbigay ng konting kills here and there. Diba?
Totoo yan. Pero ito, there's still a chance for Blue Fire to be able to come back into this game. Of course, this is still Akimi. Once Akimi with at least a mage item na makompleto, pero Secret might actually die there. But habol sila kay Rene J. Like what we've seen. Kitang-kita pa rin naman yung damage ng isang Kimi. You have to funnel it correctly into proper heroes.
Yeah. And ano nangyayari, na-juggle effectively ng next play yung damage ng Kimi, di ba?
Oo.
Parang if you are the Kimi, you find yourself hitting different targets for a short amount of time. Mamaya, gatot catch yung tinatamaan mo. Minsan, Kufra. Minsan, Esmeralda. Bottom line, no execute And maybe that's where it is lacking. Walang execute kill dito yung Blue Fire. No? Probably, alam mo yun, kung Balmond pa siguro to, baka mas may execute kill pa, di ba?
Parang ang play na lang talaga ng Blue Fire ngayon is to turtle this one. Probably give, nakuha na yung unang lord, is hold nila to up until na makakuha at least 3 core items dito, yung si Chu that can be able to burst down. May damage pa rin naman And ang mahirap lang ngayon is that Kripsu, parang hindi niya makuha yung group niya o makakuha na magandang Fatalix.
Napabilis ng punishment kay Ansin. The moment talaga may overextend, gulat factor lagi talaga yung next play. If you not accounting that, dun sa panggulat na yan ang malaki problema. Set up pa ni MB tsaka ni Yawi dito sa may pinakalikod. Sakto yung minion wave na darating ngayon. Pero third, who's taking some damage on that doesn't matter. Even if Yawi is saying goodbye, ilan ba ang namatay dito sa side ng Blue Fire? 4. And that's it. That's gonna be 2 inhibitor turrets to be taken in. 1 for the bot, 1 for the mid, and 1 for the base. And they will rotate as well. Panira ng moral, mga kaibigan, na tamang emotes. Indeed, this is the team that was able to be Team Payabang, but the Payabang will take the win for this game number 1. Next play, solid.
Wow, solid performance indeed, mga kaibigan dito coming from NXP. And wow, that was very seemingly perfect yung execution nila talaga doon, na parang